Wasn't too big a fan of Persona Q, but I am a fan of that song. It's a shame Persona Q was not as fun. But oh well. It has nothing to do with this sort of fun game that I hope to beat here today. Unfortunately, we have to start with Labrus with the revived insanity.
Shuji Yakutsuki.
That's right, it's the guy. The room that Akihiko called the entrance of hell. Koromaru remains in the caution posture and waits to see what the person who just entered the room will do. Akihiko pales and Ken stands frozen next to him.
Ah, Akihiko and Ken. It's been a while. Are you enjoying this?
Do you remember me?
You! So you were the one behind this after all.
I am the Punny Man.
Now don't glare at me like that. This is the perfect place for our reunion. It was quite troublesome to prepare.
Okay, so this guy, I can't tell if this is his voice or not. I didn't play Persona 3, so I don't remember his voice.
The one you're taking great pains to find will be the one giving you great pains. Or something like that.
And this is why I titled the thing what I did. Shuji Akutsuki. Without waiting for us to respond, he continues to speak.
We're finally reunited, and I don't even rate a hello? Or do you not want to speak to someone you killed? Is that it?
Last I remember, you jumped off the building.
Huh? Killed?
Ah, you must be the 5th generation weapon Labrus. Poor thing. Didn't they tell you?
The guy's got a mullet.
That's right. They killed me. Of course, since I'm standing right here, I guess they almost killed me would be more precise.
That's ridiculous! You're the one who lied to us and tried to kill us!
Calm down,
True.
Ken. He destroyed himself. He can't possibly still be alive. Who are you really?
Oh, how cruel. Here I am, talking right before your eyes, and you still won't believe it. Why don't we ask the 3 who just arrived what they think of this?
Who? We hear footsteps approaching from behind and turn around to see Yukari, Junpei, and Aigis tumble in. Just like Ken and Akihiko, they're at a loss for words when confronted with a person standing in the center of the room.
Yakutsuki! No way!
How are you?
Though the two of them are surprised, Aigis looks over at me. That's right, we can tell.
Don't be fooled, everyone. I can feel it. What's standing there is...
Indeed, that is not Ikutsuki-san. He's a fake, created by a shadow.
Just a foolish trick. That's what I thought.
Ah, well, you're a piece of junk, but you have a good nose, huh? You could have let me play around for a little while longer.
Yeah, now you've put my title in jeopardy. Oh, never mind, the second Punny Man is here. With a sudden change of mannerisms and a few muttered words, the thing taking on Shuji Akutsuki's appearance crumbles. Behind the melting figure stands another person who had not been there a moment ago. He appears to be a young man around the same age as you and his friends. What appears to be a Yasogami uniform is tied around his waist. What could this mean? Is he another student at the school? A pair of scars crosses his face and he smirks while toying with the 2 swords he carries at his waist.
Who are you?
And we finally get to see Sho
So
after
everybody
50%
connected
of
to
the game.
Kirijo's here, huh? The looks on your faces are hilarious. You talk the big talk, but deep down, you were totally freaking out over old Ikutsuki-chan. I couldn't see your faces in person last time, though. You remember, don't you? It was when I took control of that scrap like the puppet it is.
You were behind the abduction of Labrus then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it
me.
was a crazy performance, huh? That weapon took a lot of whipping. You need an introduction or something? My name's Sho Minazuki, and I'm behind all this. Welcome to my world, Kirijo lackeys.
Sho... Minazuki?
No, it's Minazuki. Or so says the announcer. Sho Minazuki. That name sounds familiar. It was in the data that Kikuno gave us, or gave me before we descended into this town. A name from Shuji Akutsuki's files. It seems this young man has a connection to Ergo research after all.
What is the meaning of this? What are you setting us all up like this for?
Huh? What are you whining about, you little shit? I was letting you have some fun. It's a little entertainment. Oh, and I guess I do have a score to settle with you. Ikutsuki was my dad, after all.
Dad? That's impossible.
You're lying. He didn't have any kids.
Thank you, Yukari. I'm glad we both agree that there's no way Akutsuki was having a
Doesn't
kid.
matter. I'm still gonna kill you all.
The young man draws his swords and the light glints off his eye. Or off them. His eyes gleam with glee, the mania of madness. So this man, he's the one behind this entire cave.
Toying with people and hurting them like this. What are you trying to accomplish?
Nothing, except destroy the world.
Huh?
I've had enough. If you're hurting from your dad being killed, I get that. But is this the only way you can deal with it?
Labrys.
Mitsuru-san's people are risking their lives to try to end this tragedy themselves. They're doing their best to take responsibility for what happened.
I can't wait to beat this, and then I unlock the Sho Minazuki story.
And I already know that your Ikutsuki guy lied to Mitsuru-san, betrayed them, and...
Shut up, you goddamn puppet! You've never even met him, so enough with your shit!
Dang.
What? You gonna lecture me like you're a real person? What a joke.
Every time I hear Sho talk, I recognize his voice, but I don't remember where I've heard this voice before.
You bastard!
But don't get the wrong idea now. I already
I'm gonna have to
told you
look
that I
into it.
don't give two shits about Ikutsuki. He used me and threw me away, that asshole. It doesn't matter. See, all you bastards are in my way. Every single living thing is in my way. Every goddamn thing!
Hey man, calm down.
What are you talking about?
We know you're an
That's just
angsty teen, but
insane.
calm down.
I'm insane? It's this world that's insane. All this bullshit about the power of friendship and close bonds and whatever.
Oh, well, you would not like Fairy Tale then. Steer clear of that.
It's a pile of garbage. Trash! Bastards, die! Just go away forever, goddammit! I'll get rid of every last one of you. I'll annihilate you along with this entire world!
My heart hurts. I wonder why. I sense a resonance of a plume dusk from the young man, and it's giving off emotion. Hatred. No sadness. He wants the world, but at the same time rejects it. This intense mixture of solitude with despair and yearning. I felt this.
What? I know this emotion.
Labrys?
It's rage.
He doesn't truly hate the world. What he really feels is... Labrys-san, look out!
Koromaru tackles me and I fall sideways. The giant knife is vibrating in the floor right where I had been standing only a second ago.
Don't say another word, you failure. Ugh, what a drag.
That's what
Tired
I'm
of
saying.
this. Well,
That's exactly
I've
what
already
I'm
got
saying.
enough persona fragments anyway.
Persona fragments? Wait, do you mean...
Persona fragments. Those are the same words General Teddy used earlier. Young man calling himself the mastermind behind all this. The fakes whose sole purpose was to fight us. The flakes of light emerging from the defeated shadows. All of those now make sense to me. Most likely the rest of us are feeling it the same way. Sho is gathering persona fragments by making us fight our doubles. The moment we all reach that conclusion, Sho pulls out a small box and holds it before us.
So it's time to get the real show started. Here's a question for you. What do you think this is?
That's...
A game of operation?
Is that the remote Ikutsuki was using when he controlled Aegis?
No. Stop him!
Too late. Activating the anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labrys.
I feel a sudden snap within me. Suddenly I lose control over my entire body. At the same time, my consciousness begins to fade as if I'm being painted over by something else. It's that infernal device that took over my body and forced me to hurt the others, just like the other day. It gnaws at my mechanical body and all my self-controls begin to slip away.
Labrys!
Labrys!
Oh, we get another round of beating up Labrys?
This is fun! Oh, by the way, I didn't stick a device in it or anything to do this. A weapon is there to be controlled, so, of course, there's a remote control. It's been built into that thing from the very beginning. I told you I'd destroy everything, right? Friendship, what a joke. One push of a button, and it all means nothing!
Sister, please pull yourself together.
Quick, rewrite your circuiting. I scream internally at myself to stop, but my arm swings a giant axe and sends her at Igus and sends her flying.
Now!
Oh, finally Yosuke appears.
You just won't die, will ya? That's not good enough! Damn it!
Even the dog. Koromaru leaps at Sho and tries to snatch the box away from him. You and his friends follow, but Sho deals with them in a single strike. This boy is strong.
Not one of you's coming to help, huh? You couldn't anyway. My remote controller's more of a remote control her. Kidding. Now, Lapras, kill the scion of Kirijo first.
That's funny.
You specialize in tearing apart your companions, right?
I knew I recognized his voice. He voices Natsu from Fairy Tail. That's funny. This guy hates friendship, and he's the voice actor for the guy about friendship. I knew I recognized the voice. I just haven't seen Fairy Tail in so many years. Sho jumps back to a safe distance, then sends me in order to do just that. My legs move against my will and send me towards the crucified Mitsuru.
No.
Oh, she's still crucified?
No, I'm not your puppet. I have a heart of my own.
A heart? Like I give a crap. You want me to erase all that too, then?
He manipulates the small box again with a raucous laugh. The power restraining me intensifies, and I can feel myself slipping away against the torrent of commands blasting into my brain, or my mind. The blade of my axe is against the cross Mitsuru's bounty.
Stop! 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 Please! No!
Also, Shikadai from Boruto. Yeah, we don't care about that one.
Lapras!
Damn it, you son of a bitch! If it's tough for you to hurt your companions, then I'll blast your consciousness into nothing! So hurry up and kill them!
An even more forceful command overtakes me. Mitsuru, you, Ken, Yukari, Chie, everyone. I try desperately to hold on to my thoughts, but it's mercilessly torn away. I lose all feeling of weight in my axe in my hand, and my vision begins to waver. Her eyes are also gray. I'm going to destroy those I hold dear.
Lapras, don't give up! Believe in yourself!
And then she wakes up in the Velvet Room. The last thing I see through my fading consciousness is you. I don't want to feel this way ever again. I don't want to give up. I won't. Trigger, Heartful Cry. Or whatever the song is. And just like that, a sound rings out of the darkness, and darkness envelops me. Did my consciousness shut up? No, even in the darkness, I'm still awake. Oh, it's her shadow. Whose voice is this? Or whose voice is that? I hear a familiar laugh in the distance. I can't see who it is, but I know that voice.
Bonds? A heart? What a lame ass. Just like always. You're the other me.
I think I would have preferred the Velvet Room.
That's right. I am you. I'm the you within yourself that you keep a lid on.
I become terribly confused in the darkness. My shadow, the existence that should have melted away and became a part of me when I accepted it. She stands before me looking exactly the same as she did before.
I don't think you really understand. Well, I'm in a good mood, so I'll make an exception and tell you.
Well, we need plot relevance, so here you go.
Your body is special. You have 2 memory banks. One for yourself, another a black box that would allow you to absorb the memories of the other Lapras units when you killed them and took their name. It was such a surprise. Thanks to that, even after I became one with you, my personality was preserved in it.
Ah, cool, so even Lapras has got split personality.
Ah, this is amazing. It's pounding with the resonations of the plume of dust.
She gazes upwards with an ecstatic expression and looks to me and seductively licks her lips.
I've been waiting all this time for your will to weaken. And now this body is finally mine! What? It's about time you ended this. Believe in your friends? Look where that got you. Am I right? Don't you hate him? Don't you want to destroy him? Enough of this bullshit about bonds and camaraderie. All you have to do is destroy everything. Put that gigantic axe on your back to use.
Gasp.
Huh? What?
Lapras!
Hey, you piece of junk! Can't you follow the simplest order properly?
No.
How broken are you?
Follow orders.
That voice.
Alright.
Skipping the last, you punk kid. As if I'd listen to whatever crap you order me to do.
I don't think this is Shadow Labras. I think this is just a whole different person.
I can destroy whatever I want. That includes whiny brats like you who try to get in my way and order me around.
You piece of junk! You call me a brat, but you're no different! I mean, what the hell are you?
Carrot brat.
Now all I can see is Natsu when he talks.
Lapras has turned into a
It's
really
kinda
bad
funny.
girl.
That's Labras's shadow. I thought she had disappeared.
The explosion of emotions had pushed my consciousness back to the surface. The darkness disappears and my vision returns. But still, I can't will my limbs to follow my command. I'm not in control of myself, but the other me is. The emotions running wild within me are out of my control, and my body won't accept my commands.
Ah, crap! So wiping out the rational mind made its true self show up? Goddamn shitty robot, it's completely useless!
Cut the crap, brat. Come at me. Come
Am I gonna play the Shadow?
serious.
Seriously? She can even summon that cow monster from before? Wait, did she just call it her persona?
You little... What the hell's going on
It'd
here?
be funny if they made me play Sho here.
What do you expect, Ariadne? That filthy little thing isn't worthy of being my partner.
The giant bull of Asterius roars. Sho, now facing the full wrath of my shadow's uninhibited urge to kill, draws a sword with an almost annoyed sneer.
You better watch out. I'm no ordinary shadow. I'm finally free. Free to wreak as much havoc as I want.
Man, they really said, we're gonna drag this out. Okay, I'm playing Labras. It'd have been funny if they made me play Sho.
Finally! Fight!
Try to dodge this!
Wait, I'm a Shadow. I can't use my finisher. Actually, I have to play the game.
Still up! Move!
This is gonna hurt.
You ready? Bullshit! Come on! Bastard!
My screen! He broke it. Suck on that, Natsu.
Shit! You broke the goddamn remote! What the hell are you, damn it?
Oh,
I am a
what's
Shadow,
wrong,
the true
little boy?
self.
Don't tell me you're done already. I am not even close to being satisfied.
Is that the real Lapras?
No. That's her suppressed emotions running wild. That Sho guy brought this on himself. He couldn't have known something like this would happen with Labras's memories.
But this is bad.
Yeah. She was already a handful when we all went up against her. This is gonna be even worse now. Damn it.
Nah, it'll be
I
fine.
guess I should put an end to you now. How do you want it? Ah, yes. You wanted me to tear you apart, didn't you?
Sure.
Monster, try it if you can. You're not worth my time, but I don't care anymore. I'll do everything in my power to destroy you!
Stop, Labras! You've done enough!
Don't do it! He's not worth it!
Out of my way, you bastards. I
Uh-oh.
don't need more of your friendship games from last time.
No! If you're seriously gonna do this, then you've gotta get past us!
Oh, so we're protecting the bad guy now.
What are you doing? It's too dangerous! Get away from her!
I'm sorry, Akihiko-san, but we can't back down from this.
We're Labras's friends! We could never let her accept this fate!
We're not sticking up for this guy, but we'll never let one of our friends become a murderer!
But technically,
She put her weapon down!
This is more garbage. Do whatever you want, you idiots.
Oh,
This place. What's happened to me? You.
I'm bored. You can take over again.
I've had enough of this shit. I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Alright, I think Shadow Labras is best Labras.
Huh? You're giving control of my body back to me? You're the one who likes playing house.
The darkness returns and she brusquely turns her back to me. Silence fills the area for a moment, and then I suddenly realize something. She used a persona a moment ago. It's true that she looked and acted the same as when she was a true shadow, but I can tell. She was... I was fighting with the controlled power of a persona just now. It may sound the same, but it's different. That wasn't a shadow running berserk. Because I accepted myself, I was able to attain a persona. Maybe the same could be said about...
You were actually... You did that to help me. Thank you.
Shut up. Just take over for me already. Oh, and...
The other me mutters something. I can't hear what she says, but I can tell what it is. Or I can tell it was what she want. But I can tell what it was she wanted to say. Yeah, don't worry, you're me and I'm you. You do remember what I feel, huh? She is always sleeping inside of me. Even though she had forcefully taken over my body, I feel kind of relief.
Labras!
Labras!
Labras, are you alright?
Labras. Oui, oui. I sense myself returning to the real world, as if the familiar voices are guiding me back. My vision slowly brightens.
Kun? Everyone.
She's back to herself?
Yeah, I remember. My other half saved me, and everyone else brought me back to myself. And with that, I look over towards the young man before me. Labras is just like, you're me, and I'm you. It's like, oh wait, wrong person. There's the unmistakable reaction of a plume of dust coming from within him. That plume of dust conveys an intense message to me. Now that I've been reunited with the other me hidden in the darkness of my mind, I know for certain what it's conveying.
You're actually lonely deep down, aren't you? You don't like being alone.
Labras?
Now what? Are you even more broken now? You think I'm lonely? If you're that mixed up, maybe destroying you would be doing you a favor.
I was like you once. You just haven't realized what's in your heart. It's 'cause no one ever accepted you for who you are.
They could just end the game here.
Huh? Labras, what are you saying? That guy...
I know, but I understand his feelings too. He was raised by this Akutsuki guy, but when Akutsuki died, he was just thrown out into the world. You can't bear to live in this world, so you want to tear it down around you. But isn't that just something you're telling yourself? Even I found a home with Mitsuru-san and them. If you just opened up your heart, you could live in this world. You could have friends.
How much you want to bet none of this is gonna matter?
Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up! What the hell are you yapping about, you stupid puppet?
He lifts. His fit of anger cuts off suddenly. He falls naturally silent. Did he faint? We look around at each other in confusion when his drooping head slowly rises, his crimson eyes staring fixedly on us. Hey look guys, it's Minazuki, probably.
What is this? My legs!
My legs!
I can't... not this power again! Damn it! This can't be...
This power!
I can't move. It's not just me this time. Everyone seems to be held in place due to some power. The young man slowly and calmly looks over all of us. His eyes and the cross-shaped scar between them gleam red, like a silent burning flame.
Stop putting useless ideas in his head. Do you intend to destroy him?
Just Adachi rolls up and shoots him.
You're...
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Minazuki. Sho Minazuki. I am the one who will grant this boy his wish.
What happened to this guy? He seems completely different now.
Wait, I sense the plume of dusk. Who are you?
I have no need to explain.
He just
This
introduced
boy
himself, I
yearned
guess.
for me, and I awakened within him. That is all.
A moment ago, the young man had been increasingly agitated, shouting like a child having a temper tantrum. All of a sudden, he's calm and speaks with a measured tone.
Whatever you're doing to us, is this another of your powers?
I am no longer Natsu Dragni. I am edgy guy.
Oh, don't get me wrong. This power doesn't belong to me. I'm only borrowing it.
Borrowing?
Alright, come on, game.
The place is shaking. This isn't good.
The building's creaking.
It's about time everything was ready. This is all thanks to you, so thank you. I have gathered enough persona fragments.
What was all this fighting for? What are you going to do?
It's simple. I borrowed power to envelop this town in red fog and make you fight against your fakes. It was all to carve off of your personas.
Carving
Gasp.
our personas?
A totally original plot I haven't seen yet.
That's right. Our bait truly came in handy. All that's left is to awaken that thing.
So it's like we thought. This town feels like it's in the dark hour. And there's a tower similar to Tartarus. You're going to try to awaken death. Just like Yakutsuki!
I wish. Instead, it's just some stupid flame monster that doesn't
Not
load in.
precisely. What I'm trying to awaken is not the same thing you fought against. I will grant this boy his wish.
I
and
wish it was.
create
That
his
guy's cool.
world.
He's scarier looking too. This boy, his world, he speaks as if he's talking about someone else. The way he's speaking and staring at us is completely different from how he'd been a moment ago. As if he's now a completely different person. Wait, a different person? Could it be?
Damn it. If only I could move.
I'll be going now. There are still some
Ta-ta.
finishing touches that must be made. You're free to come after me, but your missing friends are in danger. It would be wiser to go and rescue them.
Yeah, what? We got Teddy, we got Fuka, we got Rize, Naoto Kanji. They're not here? The young man who called himself Minazuki leaps away with inhumane agility, landing in front of the giant door. After glancing back at us, he turns away and calmly leaves the room. At that moment, the mysterious power that kept us frozen stops, and we finally regain control over our bodies.
Wait!
I call out in a fruitless attempt to pursue him before another presence shows up on my radar. It's not one of my friends, it's...
Yukiko?
Oh my god, it just keeps
No.
going.
That's a fake Yukiko-san.
Hey, yeah. It's not just her. What have Rise and Naoto been up to? Minazuki just said that they're in danger.
Before you worry about that, you have to deal with me. Now, bring on the ring!
I thought the ring was already here. When the fake raises its arms, the usual red pillars descend. No, I won't be able to pursue Minazuki. He also said that our friends are in danger. Mitsuru has stolen the cross and you and his friends are wounded. We have no idea what kind of problems Naoto and the others who aren't here are facing right now either. In any case, we have to hurry after Sho and as quickly as possible rescue the others and put this case to rest. I'm real upset they don't let you play as the dog. But it makes sense why they wouldn't let you play as the dog. I pull my axe from my back and turn around in reaction to Koromaru's bark. I found a place for myself among the Shadow Operatives. They're my comrades, and they feel the same for me as I do them. They line up beside me. That's right, I'm not alone anymore. Oh, jeez. You know, Junpei. We want Junpei. I mean, we know how this fight's gonna go. It's just whatever finisher I want to see. Junpei's revenge for Yukiko calling him a pervert.
Finally!
My true power!
Trip Spaghetti or whatever his name is.
Oh, this macho glory!
Oh, this macho glory.
Perfect swing!
Good work, Junpei. We don't even give the fallen shadow a second glance as we rush to where Mitsuru is hanging on the cross. The sturdy lock gives us some trouble, but we finally manage to get Mitsuru down, and the atmosphere among us becomes more cheerful. Though Mitsuru is quite disabled, she quickly regains consciousness.
Labris. Everyone.
Mitsuru looks relieved for a moment after seeing our faces, but she seems to have quickly reached an understanding. Her expression quickly turns meek as she apologizes to us.
Sorry. My judgment was flawed. I'm responsible for all of this.
Geez, there you go again with that stuff. Still, I'm really glad you're okay.
Thank you. It's all thanks to you.
Oh, Fuka's safe too. She's headed this way from somewhere else right now, though.
I see you managed to find Yukari-san, Junpei-san.
Hey, Ken? Man, you've grown. I mean, of course I did. It's all going according to plan.
But I heard that you fell asleep on your train and ended up here by accident.
All according to plan.
You never change, do you?
That's just what Junpei wanted. It seems that the auxiliary staff like Yukari haven't seen Mitsuru and Akihiko in a while, so they have sentimental expressions as they greet each other. The stiff look on Mitsuru's face slowly begins to melt away. I was worried about you and his friends after they were hurt, but they seem to be recovering as well. I'm so glad you and the others approached me. Yeah, it'd be a shame. Oh, well, actually, Yukari's a healer, I think.
Labrys!
I was gonna say it'd be a shame if we didn't have a healer around.
I thought we were done for.
I thought you turned into your shadow for a moment back there. What was that all about?
I don't know, but I guess my shadow's been within me all this time, watching everything I've seen. And I think she's changing too, even if only little by little. And it was all of you who brought me back.
Yeah, she said she was sick of hearing your nonsense. She said, you know what, you can deal with this.
You really did help us. Thank you.
Nope, Teddy's here. That means Fuka's here. As I'm conversing with everyone from Inaba, I hear a distinctive footstep. I look towards them and see two shapes running in from beyond the fog. It's Fuka and Teddy. It'll be reassuring to have Fuka with us, and she's great at supporting us on the intel front. I bet Teddy will help us too, saying things like how he's my knight. I can't help but smile when I hear their voices calling to me.
Labby-chan! Thank goodness! I was so worried about you!
I totally wasn't hitting on other women.
Labrys, you came to save us, right? Thank you.
Whoa, he really is a talking costume.
It's...
You're not General Teddy, right?
Of course I'm not! Look at my fur! It's completely different! It's 100% genuine teddy fur!
Teddy fur.
Koromaru-san says that his is 100% genuine dog fur.
Ooh, competition.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a dog.
Hey, what kind of fur is your coat made of, Mitsuru-san?
This? Kikuno bought this coat, so... No, let us save the discussion of fur for later.
Yeah, what is her? I mean, probably like a wolf or something. Mitsuru walks towards you and his friends. Seeing the leader of the Shadow Operatives and the investigation team together like this makes me proud. These two people saved me and gave me a place to belong. Well, she's the leader of the operatives, but she wasn't the leader of Cease. I want to fight for these people, and that will help me get stronger. Having friends and comrades is truly wonderful. That's what I think.
Narukami, I must thank you. It seems we're once again indebted to you.
No, I have to apologize for breaking my promise to you. Your people have helped us out too.
That's fine. You helped me remember something important.
Well, you helped me. No, you helped me.
We did?
That's right. Trying to keep danger and death at a distance only results in putting life at a remove as well. I knew this when I established the Shadow Operatives, but it seems that I became too focused on thinking only about the present.
Mitsuru-san.
Allow me to ask for your help now, Narukami. I'd like you and your friends to cooperate with us.
We're still in this room.
We need your assistance to solve this case.
Do I really need to answer that? Of course we'll protect Inaba.
You look straight in Mitsuru's eyes as he answers. Seeing his sincere resolve, Mitsuru nods cheerfully. Yu's friends are smiling too, as if they're agreeing to gladly take on anything that comes their way.
By the way, why don't we all compare what we know about the situation?
Oh, you're on the ball, Ken. I was just about to suggest that myself. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
right. You're just trying to claim his idea.
Ooh,
Seriously,
copyright?
how lame do you have to be to
Plagiarism?
try and steal credit from someone so much younger?
Yeah, now he's a youngin'. You can call Ken a youngin'. That boy's in middle school. We should describe what we've experienced up to this point. Once we have a grasp of that, the topic of our conversation obviously shifted to Sho Minazuki.
Who in the world is that
And
Sho?
we're still in this room.
Didn't he say something about Ikutsuki being his dad?
The young man stated that he was the mastermind behind the recent events here in Inaba. He also said that he's the Shuji Ikutsuki's son. But the file I was given by Kikuno clearly said that Ikutsuki had no family.
Well, presumably he had a life
He had no
before he was
maidens.
the chairman of Gekkokan High. Couldn't he have had a child during that time?
No, Ikutsuki had no family, let alone a child. The only things on his mind were his experiments and the fall.
Yeesh, so he was a mad scientist? Oh, don't tell me he was doing human experiments too.
Ah, well, yes, he was. You just saw Sho.
Yes, he gathered orphans from different areas and performed inhumane research on them to try to artificially induce their personas.
What is it where I saw it? It was like they were talking about. I remember watching something where they were talking about mad scientists, and they were just like, "Why don't we just go abduct some orphans? No one wanted them anyways."
Whoa, seriously?
Something along those
That's
lines.
messed up.
Even after Ergo Research was disbanded, it seems Ikutsuki stole the research data and continued performing such experiments personally. One of those test subjects was named Sho Minazuki. The records state that he was the youngest of the test subjects.
And now
An
look
orphan,
at him.
huh?
He's the last one.
Did Ikutsuki adopt him?
No, Sho Minazuki was nothing more than a favorite subject to Ikutsuki.
Test subject? But he's a person. How could he do such a horrible thing?
The Kirijo group of the time was an evil place, suffused with his arrogance. It isn't hard to imagine how he was treated with Ikutsuki in charge. Minazuki was raised in a solitary environment, never interacting with anyone. I suspect his experiences from that time greatly affected the development of Minazuki's current personality.
So that's why he said Ikutsuki was his dad. And he told bad jokes like Ikutsuki too.
Thank you, Junpei.
Hey, that reminds me. In the middle there, he suddenly seemed like a different person. What was that all about?
We're really gonna go over everything. We'd all noticed that. It was so sudden how his personality just switched. That red-haired boy could have split personalities. But the presence that I felt was bothering me a bit.
Mitsuru-san, when he reintroduced himself as Minazuki, I sensed some kind of resonation with my plume of dusk. What could that mean?
There is no information on that. The same goes for the power he had when his eyes turned red. Perhaps they are a result of Ikutsuki's experimentation. The entirety of the report has not been deciphered, but Ikutsuki's data does mention Minazuki's name and the Plume of Dusk. Kikuno's decoding it now.
Oh, I have it too. Kikuno-san entrusted me with it because it was an emergency.
Ah, that's fine. Either way, I was intending to share it with all of you once the report had been completely deciphered.
Shuji Ikutsuki, the man who performed a countless number of inhumane experiments as a former Ergo research, who used Mitsuru and the others even while serving as a chairman of Gekkokan High School, and who schemed to destroy the world. I can easily imagine how many victims in his experiments may have created. I myself am a result of a similar process, after all. So Sho is, in another word, one of those victims, or is another one of those victims.
Hey, when he got all cold and called himself Minazuki, he said that he wasn't after revenge for Ikutsuki, right?
Correct. Based on what he said, it seems this Minazuki set this situation in motion to grant the hot-headed boy his wish for immense solitude.
And then he was talking about persona fragments.
Yeah, that's right. He said that he covered the town in this red fog and was carving our personas by making us fight in it. The sense of fatigue we felt when we were on those crosses is most likely part of that same plan. Looks like we completely fell for it.
But he said that he'd gathered enough fragments of our personas, didn't he? Then...
I wouldn't care so much about them going over this if I hadn't already seen all this.
Yes.
Seen and heard it all.
He's most likely completed that step of the plan.
Where's Adachi?
What was that part about awakening something? I mean, I can guess that it's going to be pretty dangerous, but what's he trying to call down?
I know nothing about that, but if it's similar to what we encountered at Tartarus, it's nothing welcome.
Persona fragments, huh? What in the world is he planning on using them for?
Is this all part of what he wants? We fall silent, full of impatience and uncertainty. Top of all that, the second personality gave us a word of caution as he was leaving. We need to make sure that everyone's safe as quickly as possible.
That reminds me. Yukiko and the others!
That's right! That Minazuki guy said that Yuki-chan and the people with her are in danger!
Naoto-san and Kanji-san said that they were going to Junes. According to Junpei-san, supposedly Yukiko-san and Rise-san were at the same location.
Huh? Oh, right. But those two said they were gonna go look for Kanji and the others, so I don't think they're still there. They could miss each other.
Yes, I'm concerned about them as well. Let's split into 2 teams. One heads to the top of the tower, while the other searches for Narukami's friend.
I really have a feeling they're gonna make Labras be like the final push against
Yamagishi,
Minazuki.
form a search and try to locate them as best you can.
Understood. I don't know how well it'll go, but I'll try searching for everyone.
We're counting on you.
Persona.
That's the most pathetic call of Persona. Fuka closes her eyes and concentrates, summoning her persona to search the surrounding area. Then again, this red fog seems to be able to block the search abilities a little bit. Like making Teddy sneeze when he tries to use his keen nose, so there's no knowing how well this will
So
go.
much interference. The fog might be getting thicker. Oh! I have 2 readings near Junes. That may be Kanji-kun and Naoto-kun. They seem to be moving towards Junes. And I found another 2 readings in town on the move together.
Do you think that's Yukiko and Rise? Oh, I'm so worried. Oh, what the?
The entire room shudders immensely and the building creaks. The one calling himself Minazuki is undoubtedly close to accomplishing his goal, whatever it is. There isn't much time left for us.
We must hurry. Yukari, Iori, Amada, and Koromaru, you're the least wounded. You pursue
You're
Minazuki.
sending those 4?
Right! I will go with Akihiko and Aigis to rescue Narukami's friends.
Understood.
Yamagishi, you remain here and back us up. Narukami's group, you're all too exhausted. I ask that you remain here and regain your strength.
I'll do everything I can to assist you.
Whoa, seriously? Will?
No, we should stay here. Fuka-san needs someone to protect her as well.
Hey, what about me? I'm perfect.
Mitsuru-san, Teddy's got a great nose, so I think he'll at least be of some use. Please let him help you find our friends.
Some use? How rude.
Your nose don't work, buddy.
Totally useful. My babe dar is up and running.
I was gonna say that is true. There's a bunch of women running around, but then I was like, Kanji's among them too.
I see. That's promising. Well then, you can assist us, Teddy.
Mitsuru-san, the school and this town have both turned into labyrinths. It would be unproductive for us to search the town all in one group.
Yeah, Aegis is right. If we're all caught together again, things will get worse. Let's split into 2 teams to search faster.
All right, I can provide some guidance as well. Aigis and Teddy, you partner
no.
up. Akihiko and I will go together. Once you meet with Narukami's friends, head for Junes. We'll regroup there and secure the area.
Woo! I get to be alone with Ai-chan? Their bodies were artificial, but their love was real. Okay, I'm in.
That is the phrase of a man who is willing to be with a robot. I can tell that Mitsuru's leadership and quick decision-making have given everyone's morale a boost. Of course, her strength stems from her deep care for her friends and comrades. All her anxiety and patience disappears as if it had never existed, and we're filled with renewed determination. We all wish to protect this world. Mitsuru approaches me.
Labras, I should ask you this now. What do you think about that young man, Sho Minazuki?
I think he's a prick.
Well, I know we can't let him destroy the world and all, but I think he's the same as me. I want to see him one more time and try to talk to him. Just like you all saved me, I want to save Sho.
Ever since I was born, I was always alone, knowing nothing of love, trust, or interpersonal bonds. I was taught only how to fight, and I never considered the possibility of befriending anyone. That young man, Sho Minazuki, is exactly how I once was. That's right, and if that's the case, I should be able to save Sho the same way I was saved.
Very well. I want you to pursue Minazuki as well. I'm counting on you, Labras.
Okay.
They really made Labras the protagonist here? With each of us given a duty to perform, we promise to reunite once the case has been solved and rushed from the room. The occasional tremors causing the building to rumble ominously are becoming more and more frequent, as if giving us an audible countdown to the end of the world. To be continued. Alright, how much percent did I get? I was at 51. It gave me 9%. Why we're here? We got Fuka. Yeah, that was a couple chapters, it looked like. But we're still in the long run. Alright, what do you got, Fuka? After seeing my companions off, I concentrate and find everyone's locations. I have been entrusted with the task of providing support to everyone else. The ability to disseminate information among them will be the key in navigating through this twisted labyrinth. Since I cannot fight directly, I need to help everyone as much as I can with my own abilities.
Are you all okay? I don't sense any enemies nearby, so please concentrate on regaining your strength.
Right. Ow.
Are you okay, Fuka-san? You were only rescued a little while ago. Is it okay for you to use your persona so soon?
Thank you. I'm all right. I'm sorry we dragged you into this.
Chie is concerned about me, though I'm sure that she has been badly hurt herself.
We just screwed up. We're really thankful you guys came.
In any case, let's recover as quickly as possible so we can go after Labrys and the others.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not just Chie. When the persona users of Inaba found out that I was being held captive, they all put themselves in danger to find me. It makes me truly happy to be able to fight alongside these people.
Huh?
Why didn't I guess that this is where this was going? Without warning, one of the caskets in the room opens with a creak and a tall man steps out of it. Blue clothes, silver hair, golden eyes, who in the world is he? I can sense his power, but I feel no hostility from him. He doesn't seem to be a shadow.
Ah! A ghost!
I mean, kinda.
Ah! Why are you screaming? We're the ones who freaked out!
Oh, I apologize. I was caught in the moment.
Those clothes. They're very similar to the dresses Margaret and Elizabeth wear.
Ah, so you are acquainted with my sisters. I am their younger brother, Theodore.
Elizabeth? That really strong girl with the book? What's her family doing here?
Well, my sister has given me a task, so I've come to the world outside. But along the way, I sensed the presence of Elizabeth nearby.
And that's how you came out of this coffin? What kind of horror flick did we walk into?
Elizabeth is close by? She's tremendously powerful, but I don't sense her at all.
Oh, she is most likely hiding her presence, so as to not hinder your journey. But I am certain that she will be watching over a battle around here. As evidence of this, please look here. There are potato chip crumbs in the bottom of this coffin, and in her favorite flavor at that.
Well, it's like...
Well, if anyone was gonna eat potato chips in a coffin, it'd be her.
These guys are putting kind of a damper on the urgency of this situation.
It really feels very insignificant to have these guys even anywhere near this case.
I like the local variety with the beef flavor. Oh, I can't get enough.
It's like the Dragon Ball Frieza movie, Resurrection F, because they had Beerus just sitting around and it's like there's no like threat. It feels the same with this.
Can we stop talking about potato chips? Theodore, right? We haven't run into Elizabeth.
Like Elizabeth and Theodore could just clap these guys.
Yes, it seems I was just a tad too late. It's all right. There was merely a little something I wished to ask her.
What's that?
He even gets a picture? This is how Theodore's story goes. While out on an errand, Theodore saw a glimpse of his older sister Elizabeth. He then decided to follow her and eventually reach this tower. What is described as being out on an errand during a situation like this seems odd, but you seem to understand, and said that this man's sudden appearance makes sense if he really is related to the person he claims to be his sister. It seems that the man in blue is able to move about without being constrained by the rules that we've all been having trouble with. Could that be related to why he feels different from everyone else? Theodore wanders around the room for a bit, but eventually he seems satisfied and comes back to us.
Upon closer inspection, it seems you're all quite wounded.
How about I murder you all?
Forgive me for asking so brazenly, but why is it you continue to fight, even when you have been hurt to this extent?
Well, because we're not losers.
Why?
I'm a little bewildered by the sudden question. What are we fighting this battle for?
Are you asking why we're fighting?
One moment, please.
You don't need to be in this game. Theodore raises a hand to stop us, then furrows his brow in thought.
Hearing it from you would be too easy. I see. Could my sister have given me this opportunity to see the outside world, to broaden my horizons?
Are you all right?
Please forgive me. It seems I have a great deal to learn for myself.
I guess he's kind of reached a conclusion.
I'm sorry for causing you trouble. It seems this is a question I must answer on my own.
So let me fight you all.
If you'll excuse me, I'll be taking my leave.
Huh? You mean you're going back?
Back into the coffin, yes.
Yes.
Where I belong.
This conversation with you has been highly significant. Please, excuse me.
It'd have been real funny if you said this conversation with you has been completely pointless, and I'm just here to drag time.
What the hell was that just now?
I've got no idea, but...
And he's back.
Wait, what now?
I'd almost forgotten. If you truly are in a great hurry to reach the top of this tower, then please make use of this door here. Well then?
What?
What door? That is a coffin!
What?
That was mysterious.
Theodore asked us why we were fighting. The reason I had such a hard time finding an answer is because I couldn't find a way of putting it into words. I mean, we all have our own reasons for being here. We peeked behind the coffin lid that Theodore left through and discovered a set of stairs leading up. I thanked the man for his brief but helpful appearance and then try to locate the others at once. Good, I can sense everyone's strong wills as they go around the school. It's reinvigorating and I feel my own spirit lifting. That's just plot convenience at that point. What I need to do for now is focus on doing my best. Oh, by the way, if you need to reunite with your friends on the roof, just enter this coffin so you don't have to take this long, tedious staircase. Thanks, Theodore. What could we do without you? That didn't even give me like a %. I don't think. Ugh. There's still so much. Kill me, please. Oh, Akihiko, Mitsuru's English. In order to search for the Inaba persona users, Mitsuru and I searched the school building for an exit out of the tower. But the interior of the building has been warped into a complex maze. I don't think we'll get out that easy.
I'm detecting a set of stairs just up ahead. Would you please try going down a floor?
Mitsuru, we just ran into this wildest guy. He came here saying he was looking for some woman who'd eaten potato chips. You know, he just left a staircase. I don't know what it was.
Got it. Let us know if anything else comes up.
Fuka, are you going crazy? There's no such thing as blue people.
This maze is rather troublesome. We must hurry on.
Mitsuru mutters to herself after she and Fuka end their conversation. And her voice sounds tenser than usual. It looks like something on her mind. So I decided to talk to her.
Are you still upset at how you and his friends got caught up in this?
I am. But what truly bothers me is how I cannot get a full grasp on this Sho Minazuki character, who has been behind everything.
Are we sure he's a persona user? When he fought against Labras, he didn't use a persona.
In addition to that, the one who called himself the person behind Labras' disappearance said that he had no persona. Granting that could have been an act to confuse us, but this all still seems like a very unclear way of doing things. It's hard to believe that what he said was just an act.
When I spoke directly with Minazuki, I saw his persona myself. This matches with what Narukami and his friends attested.
Could he have an accomplice?
An accomplice? Huh. Akihiko, this is only a hypothesis, but what if there were two Minazukis to begin with?
Two? You mean the one who called himself Sho and the one who called himself Minazuki are two different people?
No. His personalities changed before our very eyes. There's no doubt that they're the same body.
Imagine having split personality, but then both personalities having a persona.
But what if this isn't a
so
case
then you
of
could just switch
multiple
between the
identity
two?
disorder?
That'd be kind of
cool. What if the two truly are completely separate personalities existing in the same body?
For the game, just poorly executed.
Completely separate? What do you mean?
Mitsuru-senpai, I'm detecting a shadow just up ahead of you.
Mitsuru, he's back. The blue man. Fuka, we told you, they don't exist. We immediately enter discussion when Fuka's voice reaches us. There's only one door ahead of us at the end of the hallway. I don't see a way around whatever's in our path.
It'd be too much trouble to try to head back. Let's break through here, Mitsuru.
It seems there's no other way. The situation is growing more and more dire by the moment. We must deal with this as quickly as possible.
We rush to the door and charge inside. On the other side is the normal classroom. Well, normal if you ignore the bizarre decorations all over with a blackboard, lectern, and rows of desks. The ace detective of Inaba is waiting for us.
It's been a while. You two seem to have made it out of your predicament. How does it feel to have been rounded up like that?
This Naoto's a fake, there's no reason to doubt it. But it's well made. It would be hard to tell the difference unless you had shadow detecting abilities like Fuka. So if they know it's a shadow, they should just just kill it without even talking or thinking. If the enemy's goal wasn't to carve off pieces of our persona in battle, these accurate doubles could easily have been used as weapons against us.
Enough idle conversation. Let's get this
Thank you,
over with.
Akihiko.
We don't have a lot of time.
Wait, Akihiko.
As I get impatient to go into battle, Mitsuru's voice stops me. True, I guess we should have listened to the fake's dying words. We may be able to gain some clues after
There's
all.
something I want you to tell me before I slay you.
What is it? You can ask, but it doesn't mean I'll answer.
Who created you fake people? Who is Minazuki?
That's an odd thing to ask. Didn't you meet him yourself only a few moments ago? You should ask him yourself. Then again, you won't be getting that chance as you'll never leave here.
Play as Mitsuru because I haven't gotten to play as Mitsuru in a while.
Finally!
You're mine now.
Murder her. Kill her nuts.
An elegant finish.
Now is Naoto.
That was enjoyable. Please sit back and enjoy the spectacle of extinction. Well
With an irritating jeer, the fake Naruto begins to crumble. The red pillars disappear as well, and a set of stairs leading downwards appear inside the classroom.
Mitsuru-senpai! Akihiko-senpai! Are you alright?
Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no
Fuka,
problems
shut
on our
up.
end. The shadow disappeared before we could get any information out of it, though.
We can't waste any time. Let's keep moving while we talk.
Okay. Please head down those stairs then. That should get you out of the tower.
We follow Fuka's direction and head to the exit. Along the way, I decide to pick up our discussion of Sho's true character. If Mitsuru, Akihiko, Teddy, and Aigis were intending to leave the tower, why are they not together until they're out of the tower? Doesn't make any sense. We follow Fuka's directions, head for the exit. Along the way, I decide to pick up our discussion on Sho's true character.
Mitsuru, back to what we were talking about earlier. It looked like Sho changed right in front of us. He switched personalities. What makes you think that it's not the ordinary form of split personality?
Do you recall the conversation in the limo about Ikutsuki's personal experiments? I said there was an indication that a plume of dusk was used.
You mean the human experimentation we were talking about? It's definitely something a guy like Ikutsuki would have come up with.
What if Ikutsuki's experiments on Minazuki involved transplanting a plume of dusk into a living person?
What? Why would he do something like that?
I don't know, maybe because he's evil? He's the bad guy?
Considering that it could have been part of Ergo Research's attempts to create artificial persona users,
You know?
it makes sense. It's most likely that Ikutsuki implanted a plume of dusk into Minazuki in order to intentionally try to force a persona to appear. But Sho Minazuki didn't awaken to the persona ability. That much can be gathered from the fact that Ikutsuki labeled the experiment a failure.
He performed terrible experiments on young children all for his own gain. And he called this a failure? Ikutsuki put something strange inside a living person and simply wrote off what he did as a failure? That only proves how insane he was.
Contrary to Ikutsuki's expectations, though, the experiment had a different result.
What? Don't tell me.
And see, Mitsuru's the Naoto of the Persona 3 cast.
If a plume of dusk was implanted into
me
the
just
body of a
lay the
person who already
information.
had a personality, what would happen?
A plume of dusk stimulates the creation of an ego. So it's not out of the question that it would create a new personality in the same body.
In other words, it wasn't split personalities in Sho's mind, but two completely different entities in the same body. The original Sho and the personality that was created when the plume of dusk was put inside him now calls itself Minazuki. Maybe it's the second personality that has the ability to use the persona.
According to the records, after the operation, Minazuki entered a vegetative state after some time.
He became a vegetable.
Thus, Ikutsuki let go of Minazuki. He was then transported to a hospital in the suburbs of Inaba, and there are no records of Minazuki from there on.
He was just conveniently transported to Inaba. Crazy.
What happened from that point on, I can only speculate. But I wonder what sort of life Minazuki led after he regained consciousness.
Mitsuru's expression softens, even if Minazuki was created by Ikutsuki. This is just one last way that Ikutsuki's ghost still haunts us. Ikutsuki's research only followed similar experiments created by the Kirijo group. If Sho's past is as Mitsuru describes, and he's yet another victim of Kirijo group, not just an enemy to defeat it. Not long after we pass through the main entrance, we see a path leading to the school's main gate, which are painted in a strange pattern. Beyond that, nothing but red fog. There's no telling what state the town is in right now.
Labra said that she wanted to speak with Minazuki. And now, so do I.
Don't worry, guys, there's a plot-convenient coffin that just leads you to the top.
We'd better rescue Yukiko's group and get back here then.
Indeed. Let us accomplish our duties with haste.
There's no point in denying that Kirijo is partly responsible for the series of cases. That truth won't change, and it's obvious that this is weighing heavily on Mitsuru's shoulders, since she is the head of the Kirijo group now. That is why I believe I truly understand how Mitsuru felt when she made the choice to step back from the front lines earlier. She put trust in her comrades. That's how it should be. We can count on our teammates to get the job done.
Fuka, what's Yukiko's position?
Oh, she's dead.
I sent something southeast of there. Please be careful.
As Fuka's communication cuts out, the school building behind us makes a groaning sound. It's so loud now I get the feeling that there isn't a lot of time left. Mitsuru and I nod to each other before we begin running towards town. Are we done here? To be continued? Thank you. 64%. Oh, we're not even done with them. It's gonna be more. Goes. Now it's time for everyone's favorite pair, the mascots.
I'm worried about Yuki-chan and Rise-chan. Hang in there, ladies. I'll come get you in no time.
I still don't understand why they didn't just group up at first and then split.
Still, this hallway has been going on forever. If this continues, we will be unable to make any progress.
Maybe I will just bust the window and fly. My lengthy time bound to the cross resulted in a serious drain of my energy reserve. My condition has deteriorated to the point where even normal maneuvers will be difficult. If we were to face another shadow, I might be a severe disadvantage. On top of that, the young man named Sho displayed godlike abilities. My sisters and the others are in pursuit of a target with the power to freeze everyone present. I can't help but worry about them. I feel my heart sinking as these thoughts arise in my head. Teddy walks alongside me, peering into each of the classrooms as we pass them. Perhaps his increased chattiness since we left the others is an attempt to lighten my spirit.
Aww. Just thinking that danger is closing in on those innocent ladies even as we speak is making my fur fall out. I'll be positively bare.
Your fur is falling out. Perhaps it is merely your shedding season.
No. I'm extremely sensitive, and I lose fur when I'm stressed. Just the other day, Kanji lured me into a trap with some ice cream. He then kept nuzzling me over and over, and I ended up with a big old bald spot on my head. It was terrible.
Yeah, but you can apparently just materialize into things, so you're fine.
I see. Kanji-san's extreme expression of love puts stress upon your fur. I will add that to my data file on you.
By the way, are you tired at all, Ai-chan? If you do feel a little logy, feel free to snuggle up against me whenever you like.
Feel free to get in the bear suit.
No, I'm more concerned for the others in town.
No, completely ignored. But I'm sure they'll be okay. My friends are really strong, you know.
You trust them, don't you?
Of course. You believe in Michan and the others too, don't you?
Yes, I do. They're all precious to me.
We're the same after all. You're sparkling too.
Sparkling?
I love everyone who's nice to me. And the world where everyone that I love lives in really sparkles.
I love everyone. When they're nice to me, at least.
And I want to protect that sparkle and help everyone out.
Teddy's large eyes are guileless and honest when he speaks of his friends. I am an anti-shadow weapon, and yet Teddy's presence is similar to those of the shadows that I have been exterminating. Does that have any importance?
Thinking about someone else strengthens your own powers. We know of that phenomenon.
So why doesn't that Minazuki guy get that? Does he not see the sparkling?
Because he's bootleg Natsu. Teddy then declares that it's up to him to become Minazuki's friend. Eventually, we come to a door next to a sign reading music room. Teddy sniffs for some time as if searching the room, then sneezes loudly.
Achoo! Ugh. We can't get to the exit unless we go through here. By the way, won't you take a little break here? You still seem exhausted, and I'm worried about you.
Teddy looks at me with a worry while he suggests that. We should have descended quite a bit by now, but there's still no sign of the exit. There's no time to hesitate, but most of all, I can't let myself become a burden either.
Thank you. You're truly kind.
Just throw yourself on top of Teddy's head and just let him carry you.
Of course I am. It's basic bear etiquette.
Teddy puffs out his chest with pride as he puts his hands on the music room door.
We're barreling in! Excuse us!
There's nothing of note in the room but a grand piano. I'm about to suggest that we take a short break here, but a warning alerting me of an approaching shadow appears in my vision. This reading, it's closed.
Targets acquired. An anti-shadow weapon and a shadow. Commencing elimination.
When I hear that flat mechanical voice, a giant axe instantly appears above us. In a flash, I realize that we are being ambushed, but my body is too exhausted to move like I want it to. It's going to hit me. If I take any more severe damage, I'll be destroyed.
Hi, John!
Oh, Teddy took it. Teddy shoves me away and I tumble to the floor. The fog and dust stirred up from the impact begin to settle, and I see a giant blade embedded into the floor right where I had been standing. Teddy had been hit by an attack meant for me, and now he's lying motionless on the ground.
Man, you're
Teddy
weird.
died for you, I guess.
I was just trying to surprise you a little.
You're a copy of my sister.
I was ordered to take part in the battle near here. But that don't matter anymore. I'm gonna do whatever I want starting now.
Hi, John! Run!
Run!
Man, Shadow's persistent. Once I'm done with Itis, I'm gonna grind you down to fertilizer.
Bear fertilizer? Oh, jeez.
Teddy!
The Shadow Labyrinth literally killed Teddy. The axe strikes Teddy a heavy blow and he slams into the wall before sliding down into a heap. I try to rush to the side, but...
No!
I wasn't careful enough. The strike at Teddy was part of a combo with the second attack anticipating that I would try to come to his aid. Though I was able to avoid a direct hit, the tip of the axe catches my leg with a dreadful noise. I stand up and prepare to dodge any further attacks, but the hit I just took has been enough to damage my leg. It won't support my weight and I fall to my knees.
My frame's been cracked.
The copy of my sister smirks confidently and slowly approaches me. It seems to know that I am incapable of moving with any agility. Right then, I notice that the red pillars have appeared in the corner of the room, trapping us. There's no way to
I
escape.
was trying to hurt you, you know? I knew you were weakened, I guess. It's so easy. Just target the weakest one, and the numbers will drop on their own. These bonds are pretty useful.
It knew I was weakened after all. I realized that I'm in severe danger. Soon there will be no way to prevent it from claiming Teddy and me as its victims. Up until now, I'd witnessed how my sister's shadows and how my sister herself fought, when her heart had been disabled. That's why I thought that I had understood how to deal with this fake version of her too. When my sister was in that state, she and her shadow had fought in the same way, using her body's full potential and fueled by an inner drive to destroy. Each attack from them was a threat, but such straightforward opponents are simple to deal with. But this fake is different. She isn't berserk like a shadow, and she hasn't lost her heart. In other words, she has both cunning and power and can fight like my sister when she's in her normal state.
In other words, she knows of my special qualities as an upgraded version of her hardware, and can precisely target my weaknesses.
The biggest difference between the 5th generation Labrys, my sister, and me is our attack ranges. While my standard weapons are firearms, my sister has a long-ranged weaponry, aside from some of her persona abilities. Normally I would have an advantage over her, provided that I am able to keep a distance between us. Damaged legs rob me of my mobility, so I can't do that right now. The fighter able to hit harder The fighter able to hit harder. Oh, okay. I can't read. The fighter able to hit harder will have the upper hand here. The double must have known that and targeted my legs from the start.
I already made a mistake in the limousine, and this will be my second blunder today. If only I had been better able to deal with things.
My regrets spill from my mouth as the axe in the Shadow's hand rises higher and higher. My sister's axe weighs close to a third as much as my body, and she activates boosters to deliver an even more destructive attack, speeding up her swing to truly dangerous rates. A single hit from it could be enough to put me into a helpless state. As if that wasn't bad enough, I can barely stand up as is, and I can't even aim properly.
I yearned for power so that I could protect my comrades, but...
But here I will die.
What are you muttering about? You're next, Gaius. Come at me!
I couldn't respond to a sudden ambush. Those close to me have been wounded. I can't save anyone like this!
No, I guess it's just plot convenience. Now that I'm facing a truly desperate moment, something surges from the depths of my heart. Anger. Anger at myself and powerlessness. I don't want to use my damage as an excuse for my death. Move, I guess move. Behind the rising heat swelling within me, I understand that my battered body is unable to put up a fight. But I cannot lose. I must maintain this power, but keep my emotions under control to determine the best course of action at the moment. Think, how can I turn the situation around? What can I do to protect my companions? A thought passes through my mind.
It seems I'll have to make use of that.
Or
I should have had maintenance done.
Oh wait, no, it's the
like
one thing.
Fuka-san said.
The plume of dust within me flares strongly as if responding to my heart. Right now, I would do anything if it would give me the power to fight, even if it resulted in shattering my own self. Give me the power to protect my friends.
Persona, rise up. Beginning frame coding. Stand by, EXO.
What?
Are you still gonna try something? Sounds like you really want to fight that. That's cool with me.
What's she do? The axe the fake wields flashes towards my face and I hear the boosters roar. Would jumping over it to evade it be best? Before I can decide, my body reacts.
No use.
Oh. That's a cool image. I cross my arms and take the brunt of the strike on my forearm. Violent sparks fly up in the collision. The force of the attack travels throughout my entire body.
You stopped it just like that? How did you... I'll just slice you in half!
My sister's fake stays where she is and leans heavily onto the axe, pushing it against her. My joints scream as I try to push back, and white smoke streams through the gaps in my armor. My internal sensors repeatedly report that I am operating at my maximum capacity. It's not enough. I need more. More power.
Oh, my. Ai-chan's shining. What are you doing?
Teddy seems to have been awakened by the violent sound of our clashing and stammers as he lifts himself off the floor. I'm relieved that he's able to move, but from this point on, everything is a gamble.
Teddy, please stay away. The probability of maintaining self-control in this mode is less than 1%. I'm sorry, but I can't guarantee that you'll be safe around me. It's ready. Releasing all limiters. Extreme Orgia mode.
Extreme Orgia mode. So am I just going to look like normal, I guess, or am I going to look cool in this fight? Oh, I do look cool. I was so caught up in perfect or extreme Orgia mode, I forgot to just try and do the finisher.
I am overheating.
Dead. It was truly only coincidence that I'm still alive after releasing all the power of my plume of dust, but applying my persona's materialization sequence to reinforce my body's skeleton system and armor platings allowed me to endure a far stronger load than my components could normally handle. I suppose it truly is extreme Orgia mode. My sister's double turns into a black mass and begins to melt. As it collapses into a puddle, glimmers like golden sand trickle upwards out of it and disappear into the ceiling. I finally reach Teddy and help his injured round body sit up.
Teddy! I'm so sorry. It's my fault.
Ai-chan, you were so cool.
He's not flat anymore.
I regret nothing. Please, take care of Yosuke.
Oh, Teddy's dead.
Teddy!
No, not Teddy. Oh, never mind. He's chilling. The building begins to creak, the structure groaning like a giant, and the entire tower beginning to quake as well. Both the creaking and tremors are getting stronger compared to what we had felt earlier. In addition, a beastly howling thunders down from above. What is that? Is there a voice? Could it have come from a much higher than the room we were rescued, Mitsuru? Teddy's eyes snap open at the eerie sound.
What was that?
I don't know, but it seems a great power is trying to awaken.
What was that?
Someone please respond!
Just then, a desperate plea cluttered by interference speaks out in my mind. That voice is Rijay Kujikawa's. It's difficult to hear due to the interference, but there's no mistake. The communication seems to be coming from quite a distance outside of the building.
Rise-chan, you're okay! Oh, I'm so glad!
Why do you have to squeak so much now?
Teddy? Teddy, is that you? Where are you right now? Are you hurt?
I'm in the tower that appeared at school. I'm with Ai-chan, so I'm okay. I think.
I just got beat by an axe.
Ai-chan? You mean Aige-san? Aige-san, please listen. There's a ton of red fog swirling around the top of that tower right now.
Where are you, Rise-san? Can you see this place from
She's
there?
doing the rock bottom thing from SpongeBob.
Sensei and I are in town searching for but we can't get out because there's a horde of shadows closing it.
The message is cut off before we can hear the entire thing. From what it sounds like, Rise and Yukiko appear to be in town together, just as expected. If she said horde and shadows so close together, they must be facing a dangerous situation.
We have to go at once! Rise-chan, we're coming for you! Ow! 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 Ow!
Please wait, Teddy. We've both been damaged quite badly. If we move now, we'll likely be in danger.
We'll likely die. I don't want to die.
Yeah, that's true. But I just can't sit here and wait. Owie!
Oh,
My
God.
back!
His back was cracking. Teddy was surely wounded quite badly. But knowing his friends are in danger, he seems unable to contain himself and attempts to force himself up to his feet. I feel the same way. I must relay to everyone what Rise said about the school as soon as I can. When I approach the window to find out where we are, I see two figures leaving the school building.
Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san.
Thank goodness! They managed to get out before us.
I can understand why you want to hurry, but those two are attempting to rescue the others as well.
Yeah, and you all would have gotten out together if you had just left together.
Let's proceed with caution so that we can meet up with them quickly.
Seriously, I can still move as well, even though my frame has reached the very limit of its operational tolerance and my joints creak ominously. The sheer strength of my emotions to save my friends forces my body into action. If Teddy and I feel the same way, I'm sure we can keep moving.
It. Ow! Anyway, let's move. I'm getting fired up. Let's do this. Onward!
As they say, yeah!
As one would say in this scenario, yes. I can't help but smile at Teddy's enthusiasm. We leave the music room and the wreckage left behind from our recent battle and run down the hallway towards the exit. Alright, what do we got next? Yeah, I figured. The rush to Junes. I really don't want to do Labrys. But that's the final stretch once I get to Labrys. So I'm going to do Akihiko's part real quick. Or Mitsuru's, whoever that was. Mitsuru. I'm going to do Mitsuru and then we're just going to focus the rest on Labrys. And then that should be the end of the game. Unless they give me a Sho Minazuki segment for some reason. We run at top speed through the fog enveloping the town of Inaba. Not a single soul can be found outside. The sight reminds me of nothing more than the dark hour. Akihiko must feel the same way as he runs beside me.
Mitsuru, how are Aigis and Teddy doing? They must have gotten out into the town by now.
No,
You're
they're
right.
dead.
Let me search for them.
I concentrate and search the area for any readings. My search ability only has a limited range. To make matters worse, the images that appeared in my mind have severe interference, likely caused by the strange fog. This fog seems to be symbolic of Minazuki's solitude, as if trying to sever our connections to one another.
I found them in the town shopping district. We'll be able to catch up with them quickly.
All right, let's hurry to join up with them. Then we can compare notes.
What do you mean compare notes? Oh, wait, that's right. They don't know what's happening. Fortunately, Igus and Teddy appear to be very close by. We hurry towards the readings in an effort to meet up with the others. Did you guys split up?
Ow! My back still hurts. Getting old sucks.
Whoever wrote this segment's an idiot.
Do you age, Teddy?
Oh, by the way, there's something I've been meaning to ask you, Ai-chan. Is there anyone you like?
Gasp.
What do you mean?
Come on, you can't fool me. If you don't have anyone, then you and me should...
Igus, Teddy.
Michan! Aki!
Akihiko-san, Mitsuru-san, thank
Like,
goodness you're both safe.
Literally before they left Tartarus, they were like, yeah, we should split up into teams of 2 so we could find the others much easier. And then they separate, for some reason. And then they both get out, and then they're like, yeah, we should reunite.
Whoa, what happened? You're both beaten.
I was careless. We were ambushed by an enemy and suffered severe damage.
Though they're acting brave, it's obvious at a glance that both Teddy and Igus have been severely injured. It's clear that they won't be able to fight properly for a while.
Is someone... Please respond...
Rise-chan! I hear you! Talk to your lover bear!
Is that you, Kujikawa? We can hear you.
That voice! Mitsuru-san? Thank goodness! I heard you were captured!
Me captured? No.
Yes, but we're fine now.
No one-
I'm
don't let
sorry
anyone
to
tell you.
have worried you. Where are you right now?
Yukiko-senpai and I went out to look for Kanji and the others, but the town's turned into a maze. I lost track of them while we were getting our bearings. We're thinking about heading back to Junes right now.
All right, keep going to Junes. We'll head over too, so we'll meet you there. Tatsumi and Shirogane should have arrived already.
Understood. Please be careful.
All right, now that that's decided, we need to hurry. Igus, Teddy, can you go on?
I'm glad Kanji hasn't been that important in this part, so I don't have to hear his
Leave it
scuffed
to
voice.
me to guide you to Junes. I'll use my nose and...
Bleh. Teddy appears to have sensed something. Turns and looks at a shape that appeared further down in the shopping district. After all, well, that's happened. Do they still intend to make us fight? No, from here on, they're doing this just to buy time. The shape ahead draws closer, and it seems that the double of Satonaka. There's no need to worry about whether this is the real one.
Oh, you left everyone else inside and ran away? What happened to all that fun stuff? Oh, maybe they just don't need you anymore. I guess you're the runs of the litter.
A fake Chie-chan! Bears have packs, not litters, and we're not runts!
It's fine, Teddy. Let it say whatever it wants.
Stop Teddy as he tries to lash out in response to the fake Satonaka's harsh words. It's true that we made a mistake in being captured by the enemy before this started, but
I've
still.
made some errors this time, but we have our comrades. Even if one of us was to fall, the rest of us can complement each other. My standing here right now is a result of the trust we have for one another. I will carry out my duty, and you will be stopped.
The big bad duo. With my thoughts of my comrades who left for the top of the tower at the forefront of my mind, I grab hold of the hilt of my rapier. No matter what taunts these shadows have for me, my heart will not be shaken. My comrades have my back. All I have to do is keep proceeding on.
No. We will protect this world. We will not lose to the likes of you.
We're the most powerful lineup ever! We'll prove that we've got the upper claw here!
The upper claw. The two of them are so hurt that I'm surprised they can even move. But the fire in their eyes is stronger than ever. I sense their will to fight shining through. Such admirable resolve. We will take on the this burden in their stead. Next to me, Akihiko slams his fist into the palm of his other hand and steps in front of Igus and Teddy.
I was hoping for a chance to fight about now. I felt myself getting rusty. The rest of you can sit back and
Shut
watch.
up.
This tournament is foolish, but I was given one of your insipid names. It's time I showed you the power of the Execution Queen.
Oh. Well, I played Mitsuru last time, so I'll play Akihiko this time. Hit him with the Falcon Punch. Or the Galactic Falcon Punch. Student versus master.
Final!
Don't get carried away, Akihiko.
Not the time.
There's no need.
Aw. The song was good. We haven't turned back to look at the melting shadow anymore. We rely on Teddy's nose and run with it all our speed through the red fog towards Juness. It's
There!
Juness.
Come on! Everyone hurry!
Every day's great. Hey, you're Juness. We eventually see the large store that I had last been in when we exited the TV world. This building must normally be quite lively with customers, but now it looms with an eerie silence within the dim red fog.
Our rendezvous point is on this building's rooftop. Everyone remain in contact while searching for Kujikawa and the rest. Stay alert.
I understand the world's like distorted or whatever, but who scattered all the green goo? Who invited this guy?
Every day's great at your
Hey, I already did that first.
Hello?
The monitor on the side of the road flickers, and that General Teddy suddenly appeared on the screen.
What the? You again, you phony bear! What do you want now? Thanks for coming all the way out to such a remote place. Did you enjoy the P-1 Climax? There were so many touching battles this time. But, too bad for you. Unfortunately, you've all served your purposes already.
What do you mean by that?
It
Just
means
what
I don't need
said.
you.
When you fought, you released fragments of your personas, and I've gathered more than enough of them. Thus, there's no reason to keep you persona users alive any longer. Prepare to be swallowed by a surge of shadows!
Once General Teddy finishes, the monitor shuts off. Silence fills the area once again.
What is the shaking?
With a thundering roar, a vicious black liquid geysers up from everywhere. This black wave surrounds us, whirling madly, and begins to close in.
Ah! What the?
There are so many shadows. They're going to attack. Please, be careful.
I like the one that's like directly in the middle that looks like he's just yelling.
Cheeky bastards.
Hey, look at me!
Come! Persona!
Akihiko's persona Caesar swings with its swords towards the approaching black wave. The massive shadows retreat for a moment like a receding tide, then immediately surge towards us like a tidal wave.
Artemisia!
Persona!
Initiating summon sequence. Athena.
Aw, we didn't get 3 of them? That'd have been so cool. We summon our personas one after another and have no choice but to fight back. If things are this bad out here, I have to worry about Kujikawa and the others who are inside. We must get inside as soon as possible and meet up with them. But the Horde of Shadows pours forth without stopping, gives us no respite. Even the entrance of Juness has been completely covered with the black mass. If this becomes a drawn-out battle, then obviously we'll be at a disadvantage. I feel a sense of listlessness after being on that cross. I'm severely exhausted. Even Aigis and Akihiko are moving less nimbly than usual. Teddy fights on as if trying to protect the 3 of us, but he is injured as well. He won't last forever.
Ugh. If this keeps up...
Rise-chan! Yuki-chan! Ao-chan! I'll be right there!
Your bear's coming!
More shadows incoming. They're not stopping.
Where was he hiding this many shadows?
My vision begins to darken as layers of gauze are being wrapped around my eyes, and I feel more tired than ever. Is Adachi gonna rescue them? That'd be kinda cool. Though each shadow may be inconsequential on its own, their sheer numbers are too much to contend with. My arm dropped to my sides and I can't lift them anymore.
Mitsuru! Hey, hang in there!
Attention! Watch out!
Mitsuru-san!
Come on, can't you pull it
It is.
together?
It is Adachi.
I really don't want to get involved here, you know?
Gasp. What the? As the sound echoes out, my vision returns and I see a shape moving towards us, mowing down the horde of shadows. Was that just a persona attack? The shadow that had been overwhelming us retreat and a path opens up towards the entrance, or the Junes entrance.
You are...
Oh man, you guys look terrible. That's what you get for sticking your noses into places they don't belong.
Look at you, schmucks. The newcomer is a man who speaks languidly, while scratching at the back of his neck. That persona attack must have come from him. He looks familiar. The serial murder case that took place in Inaba last year. I try to remember the name of the former detective who had been arrested as a suspect.
Are you Toru Adachi?
What? I thought Adachi was in police custody.
Wow, I'm famous now. You're Mitsuru Kirijo, right? I guess the rest of these people are your subordinates?
What's Adachi baby doing here? Wait, you must be a fake too!
Huh? You too? A fake? Yeah, that's it. I'm a fake.
Don't say that. Everything about his response radiates insincerity. He seems to be an intelligent but shrewd man. But for right now, it doesn't matter if this man is a fake or not. What matters is why such a person would go out of his way to help us.
Why did you save us?
It wasn't just for you. If you died here, it'd be trouble for me. I have to obey the rules.
Rules?
Never mind, I'm just rambling. Still, isn't this an impressive number of shadows?
This makes everything better.
I bet you'd
Just
really
Adachi.
be able to get up to something fun with this many. Like, say summoning up a god or something?
Summoning a god? Is that what that show guy is doing?
So this horde of shadows seems to have been gathered here by the other Minazuki after all. He's intending to use them to awaken a godlike being. What he called his world is one where that being has descended. But that will result in the fall, utter destruction.
I'm just guessing. And if this many shadows were to head over to that tower and start wrecking shit, that building wouldn't stand a chance, would it? Plus, anyone inside would be in for some real trouble, wouldn't they? Well, it's not like it matters to me. I'm gonna be on my way now. Good luck or whatever. Aren't
And
the
there
rest
he
of your
goes.
friends in here at Junes? You kids love crowding together after all. Don't you think you'll win with those numbers?
Hey, stop! Where do you think you're going?
Don't, Teddy. I know you want to go after him, but we're all exhausted right now.
We just need to let this murderer
prioritize
go.
meeting up with your friends.
Toru Adachi doesn't even look back at Teddy. He begins walking at a leisurely pace in the direction of Yasogami High. We quickly lose sight of him as he becomes lost in the muddy stream of shadows.
Toru Adachi. At the very least, he didn't seem to be a fake made from a shadow.
Is he scheming something after all?
No matter what his aims were, it's true that we were saved in the end.
Adachi's a good guy.
Save thinking about it for later. We need to hurry.
We run along the path to the Junes entrance that had been created for us by Adachi's strike and rush into the store and go up the stairs. The gushing shadows had entered the building as well, but they are far fewer in number than they had been outside, and aren't much of a hindrance. Eventually the stairs end and we see the door that opens to the rooftop food court. In the food court beyond, a horde of shadows had regained its intensity and continued flooding in, one after another. 4 persona users from Inaba are fighting them. Even though they are experienced, fierce fighters and have survived many tough situations, it seems they are having a hard fight against the sheer volume of these shadows.
Damn it! You're getting more intense again!
There it is.
There's no
Scuffed
end to
kanji.
this!
You can't give up. Mitsuru-san and her people should arrive soon.
Right. We can't lose
Unfortunately, they're not going to be any help. They're dying.
Rise-chan, now-chan, Yuki-chan! I'm so glad you're all okay! I'm coming over right now!
Oh, Teddy! And Mitsuru-san, too!
Teddy should have been considerably exhausted and injured, but seeing the faces of his friends must have given him strength. He darts towards his friends as fast as his little legs can carry him and joins their battle line. They are united by a strong bond as well. We can't fall behind either.
Ted! Hey! You intentionally left me out, didn't you?
You're loud as always. You still have a lot of energy left. You don't go down easy, but I see you're barely hanging on.
Don't underestimate me. Half your stuffing's hanging out anyway, so you don't get to say anything.
Sorry we're late. You did well in keeping him at bay. We'll join in the fight.
Good work, good work. With a sense of relief at seeing everyone we had been unable to locate, we quickly tell them of our situation and check on their conditions. It's clear that all of them are tired and injured, but now that our numbers have doubled, we should be able to make up for that by cooperating with each other. As it turns out, we are slowly but surely able to push back the seemingly endless torrent of shadows.
We can do this! There's enough of us here now that I'm sure we can win!
It's too early to be relieved yet. The shadows all over town are converging on that tower. At this rate, our senpai in there will be...
Sure, Spaghetti is right. If we're held up here, we won't be able to aid those who have headed up the tower. If the shadows are gathering with the intent of climbing that tower, then we have to take the chance of returning to the tower ourselves to intercept them.
But considering the sheer number of shadows, that would be too dangerous.
Mitsuru-san, Ken-kun has given me the details. This case has many similarities with Shuji Yakutsuki's plan. I believe the culprit has the same intent.
You mean Ken spilled the secrets? Oh, I gotta fire that kid.
And considering the current situation with these hordes of shadows, the time is nigh.
Sho Minazuki called Shuji Yakutsuki his father, and then there's also what Toru Adachi mentioned. There's certainly enough circumstantial evidence. And this time, Naoto speaks of it's nothing less than the end of the world.
Do we have no choice but to entrust this to the others here? Isn't there something we can do, Mitsuru-san?
You can just fight the shadows.
This isn't the time to argue, Mitsuru-san. We have to go.
What's there to worry about, Mitsuru? There's only one option here.
Everyone wants to return to the tower, completely disregarding their own safety. Not a single one of us is afraid to volunteer, even in this desperate situation. In addition, we've been forestalled again and again since this started. It seems that my position as the leader of the Shadow Operatives has put me on the defensive, without my noticing. We have to go on the offensive now. Now that we have the strength to do so.
Everyone, listen up. The shadows are likely gathering at that tower. Their goal is likely to bring about the coming of a god with the power to destroy the world. We must stop this at all costs.
Scuffed Nix.
Kujikawa,
because we
will
couldn't
you
afford
lend
the
me
real
your
one.
strength? We'll combine our communication abilities to contact Yamagishi. They need to be told of the danger.
The first step is to make contact, to test the other 6 with making sure that the area is secure. Then take Kujikawa's hand. We both feel a familiar tension, distinct from what we feel in battle, as we focus our thoughts and concentrate on the tower.
Persona!
Oh, you'll do it for 2, but you wouldn't do it for 3? Yeah, bootleg Nix. Though the situation is truly chaotic and the end of the world is drawing near, the vision that appears in my mind is surprisingly clear. To think that Kujikawa's communication ability is this powerful, it's equal to Yamagishi's. I've also been told that it's evolved to the point that she can participate in combat now. These Persona users of Inaba have great potential hidden within them. That's right, we have the obligation to protect this town, their future.
Fukasan is somewhere around the middle of the tower?
Hold on, Kujikawa. There's something in the sky.
Oh god. Oh, it's a helicopter. There's a reading of something approaching at high speeds from the fog-filled sky. Eventually, the rhythmic sound of a helicopter reaches our ears. A large helicopter with the Kirijo group markings approaches us out of the fog. The pilot must be...
Kikuno! That's you there, isn't it, Kikuno? Respond at once!
Lady Mitsuru! Thank goodness you're safe.
What are you doing there? This airspace is dangerous. You must withdraw at once to a safer
well,
area.
you see, that stupid mascot is no longer throwing fireworks at me.
You're all putting your lives at stake by fighting. I refuse to shame myself by withdrawing.
I can only smile at the way Kikuno refuses my direct order. She won't hesitate to risk her life for my sake. That's never changed at all.
And there's something I must tell you at once. We've decoded more of the records from Shuji Ikutsuki that I gave to Labra-san. We've reached a point where there is a description that seems to be hinting at the security code.
The maid's here to rescue the
If we
day.
can solve it, we may be able to fully unlock it. The clues to the password are my true form that I should take, and the one written of in the prophecy.
Prophecy and true form? Could this be about what happened back then?
Mitsuru, you have to remember. That insanity Yakutsuki was a slave to. Remember the speech he gave us?
I could never forget that night 3 years ago. The night we were cast into the depths of despair. Yakutsuki looked down on us with insanity in his eyes and told us of his own ambition.
He said he would become a king in the new world. With that in mind, what he strived to become, his self-professed true form.
I really think they should have ported 3 before porting this game. I'm sure there's like so many people who have no clue what these people are talking about. The new world that Shuji Akutsuki strove for. A world where everyone besides himself had been changed into a shadow. What did he believe his true form was?
King of the Fall.
There's no mistake. Those words symbolize the distorted ambition Akutsuki had become obsessed with. The way he truly believed he would become.
That's it! The password was accepted, and the file's been unlocked. I'm opening the file now.
You know, you have a helicopter. Why don't you drop a ladder for these guys?
There's no time to wait for an analysis. Kujikawa, let's try again. We need to get this information to Labras through Yamagishi.
We direct our search into the direction of the tower once more to detect Yamagishi. Near her are a number of other regions that appear to be in combat. They are Narukami, Sadonaka, and Hanamura. It seems they are fighting violently to protect Yamagishi. Though they had been injured, I sigh in relief, sensing that they've made a recovery. We immediately open communications with Yamagishi and relay our situation. According to Yamagishi, the sudden swarm of shadow in town have begun pouring into the tower as well. We then pass on our own conclusions, the reason for the horde of the shadows, and our information on the password. Even Yamagishi seems lost for words at hearing this. She quickly recovers herself.
So that's why all these shadows have been flooding in. We'll stop them here as well. I'll tell Labras about that password at once. Please be careful, Mitsuru-senpai.
Everyone looks towards me once the communication ends. They're waiting for a word from me with such impatience, but don't worry, I understand.
We will now head to the tower to aid those who are still in there. We'll have to force our way in. We will combine the strength of our personas and fight our way through.
As they say, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, I guess.
This is starting to get interesting. I'm getting pumped up.
But why don't you guys just get in the helicopter?
All right. If that's the plan, then it's time to bust out all our skills. Better not fall behind, Ted.
I'm getting fired up! Wait for us, Sensei! Wait for me, Lavi-chan! There's no need to fear with my tremendous strength!
Right. Labras and Chie are fighting too, so I can't just stay here.
The moment we were about to step towards the tower, I noticed the black silhouette of a vehicle lowering its altitude, close enough to graze the horde of shadows.
Kikuno, you need to leave Inaba and stand by until we contact you again.
No, milady. This helicopter is loaded with 2 7.62mm Gatling guns, 19 continuous rounds of 70mm rocket ammunition, as well as a 30mm chain gun. Though these cannot damage shadows, they will be useful in preventing their advancement and providing me with some measure of backup.
Don't be ridiculous. It's too dangerous.
Labras-san asked me why someone who couldn't use a persona would risk their life to go to a place where shadows appear. No matter how slight it may be, I can still provide some assistance to you all. I have been prepared to risk my life from the start. My lady, I have my own battles to fight.
Thank you, Miss Maid.
Kikuno-san.
We appreciate your service.
Mitsuru, are you gonna repeat the same mistake?
You're right. It doesn't matter how strong or weak you are. I pushed Narukami and his friends away before, and now I'm doing the same to Kikuno.
Yeah, but she's different.
Kikuno, I accept your determination. Aid us from the
Narukami and them, they're capable
reach
of
that
fighting
tower
shadows.
at all costs.
Kikuno has nothing.
Understood. I will see you there safely, even if it costs me my
She does have
life. Let us
a chain machine gun or whatever she talked about. Kikuno's helicopter rotates in place to face the direction we'll be proceeding. Why didn't you just get in the helicopter? You could have just gotten in it. Oh, I didn't. I forgot to read that.
Right. All right.
Come! Persona!
Go! Persona!
Here goes!
Couldn't have just had them all say that at the same time. A line of sparkling light runs into the wave of shadows, accompanied by a roaring sound. We can do this. Bound to each other and leap one after another into the newly opened path. We must head to the tower where our comrades are fighting so that I can carry out... No. So we can all carry out our duties. Oh my god, are we finally done? Can I finally enter the final phase? Every day is Customer Appreciation Day at your Juness. 73%. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's still 14 things to do. Certainly they wouldn't drag, right? They wouldn't do that. Right? The 5 of us who had been entrusted with pursuing Sho are proceeding towards the top of the tower. How many floors have we climbed already? Distorted hallways and classrooms appear at every turn, and there's no sign of us reaching the end. Man, it'd be a shame if you guys didn't have that coffin.
The quakes are growing more and more frequent. I guess this means the time is running out?
You know, that Minazuki guy talked about making his world. But how is he going to do that?
If we presume he's following in Akutsuki's footsteps, then he's going to gather shadows, merge them, and summon some great power. You mean that thing Minazuki-kun was talking about?
What do you think, Junpei? I mean, you've been surprisingly quiet. Are you not feeling well?
Huh? Nah, I'm fine. Coaches are well trained, you know.
I'm chilling.
I guess it's just that I'm feeling all tense. All this end-of-the-world stuff isn't anything to joke about. I've got people waiting for me. Like the kids have a game coming up next week, so there's no way I can lose here.
I'm glad that's your motivation. You gotta get them kids that win. They need that W.
Stupei's being serious for once. Looks like he's grown up a bit. Well, I guess I should learn from his example.
Junpei has leveled up. You don't want the world to end either, do you, Labby-chan? You just woke up after all.
Yeah. I don't want to lose this world after I've met everyone.
He's calling her Labby.
I gotta
like
do
Teddy.
my best.
Here it goes again. Wait, didn't we see this classroom earlier? I feel like the fog's getting thicker too.
It won't be good if this keeps up. Since we can't get in communication with Fuka-san, we don't even know what's around us.
No matter how far we go, the maze of the fake Yasugami High just keeps going and going. Outside, there's nothing but fog as far as the eye can see. We're starting to get flustered because we can't tell how high up we've gone.
Come on, keep your cool. Getting all aggravated won't do us any good.
You're so positive as always, Junpei-san.
You think so?
That's my job.
You've changed, though. You've gotten taller, too.
Huh?
Why do you sound so relieved?
I'd been wondering if I hadn't changed at all. I made a promise to Mitsuru-san that I'd live life like a child.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that hard to do or something? It's difficult. I don't know what it's like to be a child, so I wasn't sure if I should keep doing what I've been doing.
Huh. I guess being an adolescent boy is difficult.
You should just live your life the way you are. I mean, you are a kid.
That's right. You can't trust Mitsuru-senpai's idea of childhood. Can you even imagine what she was like when she was a kid?
Whoa, you're right. I can't. It's impossible for common people like us.
You're like 20.
Speaking of children, that Sho dude is the perfect example of a spoiled brat. At one moment he's joking around, and the next he's incredibly pissed off.
I don't think he's a spoiled brat. I think he's just depressed.
Yeah. What would someone have to go through in order to make them seriously consider destroying the world? What happened to him?
When the topic shifted to Sho, Koromaru passes it by and stops before one of the doors.
What's up, Koromaru-san? Is there something bothering you about this classroom?
When I approach the door that Koromaru is barking at, I see stairs leading up into the side of the classroom. I'm sure that I wasn't the only one who was hoping this was the place. Junpei quickly opens the door and we step inside. Aside from the staircase, the room seems like a normal everyday classroom. Desks are lined up in rows and a blackboard dominates the front wall. I can't help but be reminded of my own yearning to go to school and live like a human. Even at times like this, I smirk a bit at myself, and just as I am about to follow everyone to the stairway...
Looks like you made it all the way here. Now what to do?
You're General Teddy! We finally found you.
General Teddy, the mastermind of this tournament. With his cape and a fearless grin, General Teddy is completely different from the real Teddy we encountered earlier. Even though the screen he has an ominous air about him. And even through the screen, he has an ominous air about him. I check him with my sensors just in case, and sure enough, he's a shadow. No, this isn't a normal shadow reading. What in the world is this?
This is getting out of hand. So I, General Teddy, will face you myself. Now bring on the ring!
Bring it on! When General Teddy lifts his hand, or his little hands up, the familiar red pillars begin to appear in the four corners of the classroom. The tension running through the area pushes the concerns from my mind. There's no time to think about that. I have to prepare for a fight.
It's time to have some fun. Those who hinder the creation of my world shall all perish here.
Whoa, someone's got a big mouth. My world? This has been our world from the start. We're not just gonna let you destroy it that easily.
Destroy? I will not destroy it. This will be a new beginning. The beginning of a world of my own, where only I will live.
Nice.
Only you? What about Sho?
This doesn't concern you. The vessel will soon be complete. Nothing you can do at this point serves any purpose.
We won't know that unless we try.
Such a scary looking expression for Teddy.
Like hell we're gonna let you start anything like that.
Let's take this guy down and move on.
We'll get some Ken in here. Get some Ken action. Boy and Dog. Born in 1998.
Finally!
Give it all, baby. Concentrate.
GG General Teddy.
Now's not the time for me to give up. There's a reason we need to get stronger.
No matter. That was the limit of this temporary body. I've bought
This
enough
temporary body.
Huh? You're not gonna melt now?
As Junpei noticed, the fake we've defeated up until now have lost their shape quickly, after being defeated, melting into a black ooze before disappearing completely. But this General Teddy is just as confident as he was before the battle, and has the same smile.
I knew it. You're different from the other fakes. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm General Teddy. Who else? Well then, bye-bye, you pesky vermin!
Hey!
Still funny to think of Teddy as the bad guy. General Teddy swirls his cape about with his huge with a laugh and disappears, vanishing into thin air without a trace.
Hey, Yucatan. He said something about a vessel being completed. Wasn't that kind of suspicious?
Yeah, it must mean that we don't have any time left, and when we defeated that General Teddy, he didn't disintegrate like the other fakes.
There must be more to this case.
Ken is right. General Teddy is different from the fakes that we've been running into up until now, plus those words he said before fighting. Minazuki said he'd make his world, and Sho talked about my world. And yet, General Teddy said... The quaking starts again. The blackboard and the podium rattle loudly, and some of the decorations on the walls fall in. The building shakes strongly for a long time, as if asserting that the time is drawing near.
Can you all hear me? You're very close. I'm getting a strong reading just up those stairs.
Guys, I swear to God, I saw a man in blue. No one believes me. When we hear Fuka statically communicate, we feel a sense of tension fill us. We steel ourselves and make our way to the stairs in the classroom. Whatever will be up here. An ominous door. I am the final boss. You must fight me in order to save the day. At the end of this long, straight set of stairs, we find a door. When we open that heavy, cold door, we see... Wait, I said I'm the boss! The hazy moon immediately grabs our attention. It seems much closer than we had seen it while wandering the town. And then there are countless crosses. They're the same as the ones that Mitsuru and the others have been bound to. Those crosses are scattered around the ovoid area we find ourselves in.
No way. Is this place?
Is this the moon viewing tower from Gekkoukan High?
It really feels like we're outside with a strong wind blowing towards us. This must be a landing jutting out from the side of the tower. I see a number of oddly shaped objects around. From one of the places, I see a black shape flying towards us. When it lands, I see Sho Minazuki.
That's right. It's where you killed Ikutsuki. This time, it'll be the place where you all die. See? I've already written what's going on your tombstones. It's some real poetical literature. Just kidding.
Shoko,
Thank
please
you.
stop this!
Thank you for the
Even
pun.
if you do it, it'll change nothing!
Is this all because you hate us? Because we stopped Ikutsuki?
You really don't ever shut up, do you? I already told you that I don't give a shit about some dead guy. I'm doing this because it's fun.
Alright, guys, pack it up. We can't stop the man in his fun.
Watching you all freak out is hilarious. You're nothing but goddamn pests that can't do anything on your own. So I can't stand you buzzing around.
Thank you, Natsu. We appreciate your input.
That's when he spoke to me and said, you should just destroy the world. Isn't that the greatest suggestion ever?
Let's
Not really,
stop this.
but you know,
You keep
to each
saying
their own.
Ikutsuki doesn't matter to you, but he's all you've been talking about this whole time.
What was that, bitch? Ikutsuki was a worthless ass who did whatever he wanted to be and still ended up dead. That's all. I don't give two shits about someone like him.
That's not true, Shokun. You're only running from your problems. You shouldn't turn away from your true self. Shokun, come back with us. None of us hold any of this against you.
Says you,
You
Labrys.
see what happened before? I'm a machine and I hurt everyone, but they still accept me. You're just like me. If you have somewhere you can go back to, then you don't have to do this.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Shut the hell up, goddammit!
His flustered rant suddenly breaks off. The X-shaped scar behind his red bangs is slowly glowing a dull reddish white. I already know what this means.
That's enough. How far must you go in attempting to ruin this plan?
You're Minazuki, huh?
Unfortunately, the borrowed power has been exhausted. From here on, I have to deal with you myself.
An emotionless, icy glare pierces us. Minazuki, the one who awakened within Sho, and to use his words, the one who grants his wishes.
It's him again. Are we really sure that he doesn't have split personalities?
Concentrate carefully on his presence. This isn't just a new facet of the same person. This is a completely different presence than before. The reaction from my plume of dusk is even stronger now. I can see it clearly. Sho has a plume of dusk within his body.
Minazuki-kun, what I said goes for you too. You're the same as me. What you are is the plume of dusk itself.
That's right. Ikutsuki had a plume of dusk implanted in this boy during his experiments, resulting in my birth.
I knew it.
Do you know the pain of being born without a mother?
However,
of course
I
you do.
still
You're a
have
robot.
no love for that man. After all, he tried to have me erased.
Erase you?
Yes. Ikutsuki was nothing more than a threat, who was using this boy only to throw him away later.
Gasp.
But this boy was something different. He suggested that we try to act exactly like Ikutsuki. He created fake Ikutskis. He even went so far as to gain access to the Kirijo servers, to try to gain more information about Ikutsuki.
Then you were the hacker Kikuno-san told us about.
But Ikutsuki, the only other person this boy knew, had already died by the time the boy awoke from his coma. All that was left to him was the truth. That man had tossed him aside like a piece of trash.
Seriously?
Since then, the boy did everything on his own. He had no help, met rejection at every turn. There was nowhere to go, and no one to turn to.
Did he think about changing his eyesore of red hair? You know, it's kind of bright.
You all believe that everyone is surrounded by other people just like you. But that in itself is only the beginning of this world's failures. The world holds no worth for this boy. Sho Minazuki was thrown into this world all alone, and he wished that everything besides himself
He was an orphan.
disappear. Then all I must do is grant him that wish.
Maybe it's ironic for someone like me to say this, but Minazuki's voice sounds like a machine, completely emotionless. Perhaps even though he was a personality created by the Plume of Dusk, he may have been trying to save Sho in his own way. But even if that was the
No,
case...
that's not what Shokun really wishes for. What you're doing won't save him.
Even if you don't know how, or if you end up hurting others, human interaction can change people.
Says the robot. So it has to be true.
Labrys.
Silence, puppet. What would a thing like you know of this boy?
That's right, I ain't human. But neither are you. You're just
keep bringing
using his
race
body
into
while
this.
you try to destroy the world. You don't care what he feels at all. I ain't like you. No matter
You're
how
not
much
me.
it hurts or how much suffering it causes, I love this world.
There we go. That's an
wow,
image.
well said. Great job, Labrys.
Look at that smug look on Junpei.
Right. What he's saying just sounds like he's running from his problems.
It doesn't matter if you're fully human or not. We're all standing here because of how we clashed with others and gained acceptance.
Ken is in middle school and he is taller than Labrys and Yukari. That's whack.
Very well. There is nothing more to say to you. Persona, you have gone too far.
Oh, that was even cooler.
Sit in shame of your own ignorance as you await the moment of your destruction.
Minazuki slowly draws his two swords while he stares at us with unblinking, murderous intent, the persona behind him also readies for battle. See, whoever decided to do this is terrible because the words kind of blend in on Minazuki's face.
I will save Shoku. And to do that, we'll defeat you.
You know, Labrys, I'll give it to you. I'll let you have this one.
Final.
Nice to meet you.
I hope it was worth it, Minazuki.
Looks like you need punishment.
It's more the punishment. The persona wearing the golden mask disappears as if melting into thin air, but the defeated master of the persona doesn't appear to be as wounded as he should be. He looks up into the sky with a somewhat absent-minded expression.
I've lost. The vessel will still be completed. You will not stop the creation of this boy's world.
He must have taken an immense amount of damage. No normal person should be able to even move after taking a beating like that, and yet Minazuki is trying to stand up. A certain thought crosses my mind. The will to stand and fight for someone else, no matter how wounded you may be. How Yukari and the others rushed to Inaba with me to rescue Mitsuru's team when they had been captured. How you and his friends are fighting to protect this town. Minazuki's reason for fighting is no different from ours.
Minazuki-kun, so you do understand.
Not another word, lout. I won't let anyone get in the way!
The reaction from the plume of dusk had been fading, but suddenly it grows fierce and powerful, making the air around him tremble. He's still...
Tsukiyomi!
Tsukiyomi? Oh, it's the name of his persona.
Whoa!
Is there anything left after this? I don't know. I feel like if there's anything, it would probably be like a show perspective, but I doubt it.
Ah! Look out! You guys!
His persona appears and sweeps the area around it, causing debris to rain down upon us. A cutscene. And it's not loud, because I can change the settings. Oh, hey man, you almost died. Nice job, idiot. Itachi? Is that you? Is that even a sword at that point? Wouldn't that just be a saw?
This isn't good!
Labrys!
The instant Minazuki disappears above us, another quake hits. This one is severe. This one is so severe that we can barely stay standing. Every surface begins to undulate like a living being, and large cracks run through the floor. One crack spreads into an actual crevice, separating me from the others. From beneath our feet, lost from view as the fog gathered around the tower, something dark is rushing towards us with a deafening roar.
Is that a horde of shadows? Koromaru!
On the opposite side of the cleft from me, Ken and Koromaru summon their personas to fight the horde of shadows. Hikari and Junpei follow suit. It's an insane number of shadows. The horde of shadows crawls up towards us, making the tower outer wall appear to be a swirling black mass. Soon Hikari and the others will be...
Labras, go! Huh? Don't look back, there's no time!
Go! We know what it's like to have to say goodbye. But you'd better come back to us.
That's right, I want to save him, just like everyone saved me. If I don't go after him this instant, I'll never get another chance. A set of stars leading up into the red fog is ahead of me. I can pursue him.
Everyone,
or stairs, I think that's it.
I will protect this world!
And I'll do it for the sake of everyone else, no matter what. I charge up the long winding staircase. Up so far that I feel as if the stars will continue all the way up to the moon, or the stairs will continue all the way up to the moon itself. What is waiting for me at the top? The end of the game, hopefully. To be continued. I'm still in the 70s? How many did I just see? I got 3. 3 out of what, the 14? Everyone's Wish. Featuring Lapras. The higher I climb, the thicker the red fog seems to get. The sounds of battle below me fade away as I go further and further up. Suddenly, a deep blue shape appears in the red-tinged vision I stop.
Oh my! It seems we meet again, Lapras.
You just had to... Alright guys, this is where I end the game.
You're Theodore, right? Still looking for your sister? I don't think she's around here, though.
No, I have stopped looking for her. Even had I found her, what I wish to know can no longer be learned from her. What I yearn for is something that I must discern for myself. You all have taught me that.
Huh. I guess you've changed a little too, Theodore?
Do I seem so? Watching you has broadened my spectrum a bit. No, a great deal.
Yeah. I figured something out during all this fighting, too.
Hey, Lapras, I don't mean to alarm you, but we're not in the Velvet Room, so therefore time is proceeding. And with time proceeding, Minazuki's getting away.
Oh? May I ask what that is?
Oh, sure. It ain't anything mind-blowing, though. I just felt that the bonds you form with people get passed along and only keep spreading.
I see. That is intriguing.
Yukun and the others got hurt trying to save me. I want to save Shokun, even if it hurts me. We all keep butting heads over and over. But the banner of friendship ain't just for show. It's what lets you go against someone while still trusting in them.
My, how surprising. Your expression is completely different from the last time I met you.
You think so? I can't tell for myself.
There's no doubt. You've likely grown during these events. That must be it.
Grown?
I'm a machine. I have a cold and metallic body, and it'll be an eternity before that changes. But if Theodore says that I've grown, then he must be talking about my heart. The warm memories that everyone has given me. It's not just some data that was inserted into my memory. It's ingrained into me, somewhere much deeper within myself.
While I watched you, I was thinking to myself as well.
Can you just go?
What is the reason you fight? What supports you? And what do you wish to protect through these battles?
See, now if it was like Elizabeth, I'd be like, okay, that makes a little more sense.
I have a feeling that I'm coming close to reaching
this
the
guy
answer,
doesn't need to be here.
even if I only have a faint idea for now.
Huh?
Doing something for someone else. All of you gathered here are connected by that common thread of emotion.
You shouldn't even be here.
You call them bonds. And those bonds guide you towards what you wish for.
Our wishes.
And my sister must have left that room with a wish, just like you. That is how I understand it.
Who even is this guy? Okay, So he's the counterpart to Elizabeth as the Velvet Room attendant for Persona 3, but he only exists within Persona 3 PSP because in Persona 3 PSP you could choose to play as a male or female protagonist. So he's the Velvet Room resident for the female protagonist, who does not exist in this game. As far as I know, at least. He's right. Theater's words illuminate my own inner feelings. What we yearn for, what we believe in, that's what we wish to show. That's what we wish to show. They're all our own wishes. How we think about someone and do things for those people. It's because we wish for that person to be better, for the whole world to shine just a little bit brighter. And now I'm wishing this show can learn how wonderful this world truly
Thanks,
is.
Theodore. You're awesome.
He's really not.
Huh?
He's kind of cringe.
I'm awesome? Is that so?
Should see him in Persona Q.
It does have a nice ring to it, though.
He's blushing. Why are you blushing?
Oh, I shouldn't be keeping you here. You're going to go fulfill your wish, no? Please, proceed.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Theodore.
Yeah, he's not even a playable character in this
I wish
game.
you luck.
He's, the most you get from him is you can make him like your announcer or whatever. With those final words, Theodore disappears, melting into the fog. The powerful enemy waiting for me up ahead may swallow me whole, but I won't lose. I have the wishes of everyone supporting me. I'm sure those wishes will reach Sho's heart as well. I thank Theodore for boosting my spirits as I pick up the pace and climb the stairs with a clearer head. Thank you, Theodore, for wasting time. Now Sho's probably summoned his monster.
There it goes again.
Another quake rocks the tower, and I have to crouch down to keep from staggering. It feels like these earthquakes are growing more and more frequent. Even as the shaking itself grows stronger and stronger, there's no doubt that this indescribably powerful force is getting closer and closer.
Lapras! Can you hear me? Fuka-san, these tremors are crazy. Are you all okay?
Fuka, I just saw this guy in blue. Oh my god, Labras, you finally saw it. No one's bullied me.
Tons of shadows are pouring out. Don't worry, I'm with the others.
It seems Fuka's group has been trying to catch up with us after you and the others recovered enough to move. While they were about halfway up to the tower, a ton of shadows suddenly began to attack them. And right now, they're preventing those shadows from coming up through the tower towards us. So you had a coffin that took you to the top of the tower and you chose not to use it. What's the point?
Anyway, I got in contact with Kikuno-san earlier. There's something I need to tell you. We discovered the password to the file that I gave you before. It's King of the Fall.
The files of the memory card that Kikuno had given me before I left the helicopter? I forgot all about them during the fierce battles that I'd been in up until now. Those files might contain the clues that lead to the bringing this case to an end.
Thanks, Fuka-san. I'll give it a try. She told me that Mitsuru-senpai figured it out. We're counting on you, Lapras.
After Mitsuru and the others rescued the rest of the Inaba Persona users of Junes, they strive to make it back to the tower in order to intercept the shadow flooding the tower and converging on this place. With a sigh of relief over hearing that everyone is safe, I find the protected file and try to use the password Fuka gave me. Password accepting. Opening file.
This...
I instantly have access to the full contents of the data. The locked file seem to be of details of Shuji Akutsuki's personal experiments. The data are marked as taking place in 1999, and the test subject's name is Sho Minazuki.
A strong reading is getting close. Lapras, be careful!
We continue reviewing the data while Fuka cautions me and prepare for another fight. The stairs eventually come to an end. A bizarre sight, quite different from anything I'd seen up until now, leaps into view. I wonder what it could be.
What
Gasp.
is this place?
The strong wind blowing here keeps the fog from becoming too thick. This wide space is made of what appears to be red marble, and vibrant green patterns run through it like blood vessels. Pillars that appear to be stylized flames around us, casting eerie shadows onto the lustrous floor. Floating near the center is a crystalline object that appears to be slightly taller than I am. It emits a bluish-green light, and it's cracked. Does that mean Adachi's up here? On closer inspection, I see golden particles clinging to the rotating object. Are those the Persona fragments from our past fights? As I walk step by step across the hard red floor, I approach the young man standing by the crystal. At his heels is a man in a suit. Who could that be? Beginning facial scan, searching records. Result found. Toru Adachi, the man who was arrested last year, is the perpetrator of the case that you and his friends solved. What could he possibly be doing here?
You again, you goddamn robot? Damn you for coming all this way.
So how did Adachi get up here before Labras?
This son of a bitch betrayed me too. All of you are completely useless. And I can't even get an answer from him either. Ah!
I don't know what happened before I got here, but Sho seems furious. He places a foot on Adachi's body and leans heavily on it. Adachi groans faintly. It looks like he's alive, but unconscious.
Hey, scrap for brains. What happened to him? Where the hell's Minazuki?
I don't know. He fought us and...
Huh? You guys did something to him? Bullshit, that's impossible! He's strong. As strong as me. And there's no way in hell that he'd lose to some goddamn pest like you!
Calm down, Natsu. I know you're mad.
There's something I want you to hear. It's about your father.
Sho is currently very unstable, much like when I met him earlier. Averting his eyes from the truth and trying to forget everything about himself. How he is right now is how I used to be, just in a short while ago, before I met you and Mitsuru. I was able to overcome it thanks to everyone, but Sho is cowering just like I was. And knowing that the truth Fuka entrusted with me may hurt him more makes my heart ache.
Shuji Akutsuki, your father, embedded a plume of dusk into your body for his own research. But because the persona ability didn't awaken in you, you entered a vegetative state. And then Akutsuki threw you away. Is that right?
Just when I was wondering what shit you were gonna spew after coming all this way. Did you come to rub salt in my wounds, you goddamn bastard? Yeah, that's right. That piece of shit tossed me aside. He was the only one. The only one in my world, and he did that to me. I already know that he was a goddamn bastard, so what? It doesn't matter. He was all that I had in the world.
Shokun.
This world's so fun, isn't it? Full of shitty bastards, always pressing in on you. It's so awesome. I'd rather be alone forever than spend another second having to deal with another dipshit ever again. So you can all just disappear.
That ain't true. You don't really want to be alone at all.
Huh?
I'm just gonna let him talk.
You broken piece of junk. Have you finally lost it for good? I won't be totally alone. I'll be beside myself, laughing at how stupid you are.
Huh?
It's a micro memory card. Your father, Shuji Akutsuki, recorded the experiments he did to you on it. Listen to this, from a report on Project Puppet Master.
Subject name, Sho Minazuki. Soon after beginning his training, his abilities have reached what one would call an astounding level. Muscle strength, agility. Physically, he surpasses normal specimens. Special mention must be made of his abnormally aggressive nature. For example, in combat training, Sho will attempt to utterly destroy his opponent until we force him to stop. The depth of his fury is unfathomable, but having no rational or mental breaks based on his rationality makes him an ideal weapon. Psychological analysis suggests that Sho is attempting to gain a connection to others by hurting them as a result of our teaching.
He just turned Sho into a Metal Gear.
If he continues to grow, he'll be extremely valuable to our research. Luckily, the boy seems to adore me as a father figure. That will be useful.
Thank you. Thank you for showing me that.
You see? The reason you're hurting everyone is because you want a connection with them. It's because of the experiments he did on you. And because you weren't taught any other way to connect with people. That's incredibly sad.
You're pathetic. And I feel sorry for you. For being a worthless human.
Is that all you have to say?
Shokun!
Yeah, he's right. So what? What do you want me to do? If I really want a connection with the world, and destroying it is the only way I know how, then what's wrong with me trying to destroy everything? The same goes for you, you piece of trash. You want a connection with me? You want to bond with me? Then I'll shred you to pieces!
Sho draws his two swords, almost spitting with rage. His eyes are clouded with madness and malevolence. His stare itself feels like blades piercing into me. Whenever Sho got this worked up before, that other person would step in, but it doesn't happen now. As Sho draws closer, the plume of dusk within me stirs a little. I whisper back to it, feeling the presence inside.
Yeah, it's okay. Thanks for leaving this to me. Shokun, if you don't know any other way, then I'll go head-to-head with you your way. And then, I'll make sure you hear me out.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there. We're reaching the end. We just gotta watch the final act of two characters I genuinely don't care about.
How about this?
He avoided it by running at me.
Why bother? Damn it!
Imagine not one-shotting your enemy.
No, it's not over yet.
Dude, I don't think that's how eyes work.
I have nothing. No one at all. If this shitty world won't give me anything, then I'm gonna see it destroyed.
But Sho, we're trying.
No matter what.
We're trying to give you something. You won't take it. Sho is on his knees. He desperately tries to regain his feet by leaning on his swords, his face contorted with pain. The dangerous aura I felt from him before the battle isn't weakening. Or it isn't weakening. On the contrary, it's becoming stronger.
Shokun, do you really think you were alone?
Of course I was. What do you know? I was always...
No, Shokun. You were never alone. There's more in that file. Do you remember why you went into that coma?
How should I know? I took the medicine Ikutsuki gave me, went into a machine, and...
It was an experiment Ikutsuki set up to erase Minazuki-kun.
Dad tried to erase him? Why?
After transplanting the Plume of Dusk, you didn't awaken to a persona. Ikutsuki's plan was already a bust at that point. But after a while, Ikutsuki learned there was another personality in you, inside the Plume of Dusk. That was the change in you. At first, it seems like Ikutsuki was interested in that other you, too. But the new you was different, and wouldn't listen to what Ikutsuki said at all. That other you awakened to a persona, destroyed the test facility, and then tried to kill Ikutsuki.
Huh? Bullshit! That's not true! Why would he try to kill my dad?
Dang. Had Minazuki just killed Ikutsuki, Persona 3 wouldn't have happened.
You really can't figure it out? Minazuki was trying to protect you.
Sho could only find a connection with other people by hurting them. As a result, that distanced him from everyone. Feeling that the world had rejected him, Sho chose to destroy the world instead. But Minazuki had supported Sho through all of it. That other self that he would fight for that boy. Minazuki feels the same way Sho does. The only way to do anything is through hurting others. But he's doing it to protect Sho.
He was still unstable then and got captured. After that, Ikutsuki tried to erase Minazuki-kun while leaving the persona. Do you get it now, Shokun? It was Minazuki-kun and his... power of a bond that supported you.
That's bullshit. That's not...
Blech. Sho claps his head in his hands and falls to his knees. My heart hurts. This is Sho's pain. Sho's world consisted of being denied by everyone and only being accepted by other person within it, Minazuki. I have mercilessly shattered that, and I'm trying to draw him into our world. The real world. The world that is nothing but a place to fear. A place of fear to him. I know how difficult it is for him to accept it.
Ha! What's this sob story going on over here?
What a loser. If you lose, you're just a loser. General Teddy suddenly appears behind Sho. Something's not right. I never sensed his presence here before. General Teddy should be a fake version of Teddy, created from a shadow. I turn my sensors toward him again, but that wrong feeling I sensed when I met him in the classroom has gotten even stronger. I can't put it into words, but it's a very ominous presence.
Aha! Has the stupid brat been beaten? You're disqualified from the P-1 Climax. Now hurry up and get out of here.
Kagutsuchi.
Kagutsuchi? General Teddy, so you really weren't...
This is really just gonna end the same as the last one? Just instead of you, it's Labras?
Shut-in Sho-chan. Was Labby-chan mean to you? Are you gonna have to go back to the hospital again? You don't have
Someone
to worry.
gonna have to call the ambulance.
I'll set you free.
General Teddy, step away from Shokun.
You're the champion of the P-1 Climax, Labby-chan. Congratulations!
Congratulations, you filthy robot.
Your prize is death.
Oh, thanks. I love that prize. This image makes me laugh every time. General Teddy viciously grabs Sho by the head from behind, effortlessly lifting him up with one arm. Suspended in midair, Sho's face cringes in pain. What unimaginable strength.
Ah!
My jaw.
Shokun! Who in the world are you? What are you gonna do with Shokun?
You can't do that to Natsu, Kagutsuchi. He needs to.
What am I going
he needs
to
to go back
do?
to Fairy Tail.
Isn't it obvious? I'm going to kill him. I'll grant this brat what he wants. A world of solitude. But I'll be the only one there. It will be a world all for myself, where only I exist.
General Teddy's tone changes and an ominous, hatred-filled voice reaches my ears, echoing as if reaching me from the very depths of hell. I know this voice. When I was forced into sleep in the laboratory in Yakushima, I had a dream, and in that dream a voice echoed in my head. This voice tempted me to forget everything, to shut myself away in a distorted world that reflected only my desires. It's that same voice.
Don't tell me. Are you...
Are you serious? I guess I forgot that, because that was like 10 years ago.
Right. This red fog and the brat's
Since I
power
played the
were all
Labras
loaned
segment.
from me. At least you worked quite well for me.
Wait. So the thing Minazuki-kun was talking about waking at this tower is...
You finally figured it out. Fortunately, the horde of shadows to create a vessel and the persona fragments to control it have been gathered.
Why does he have like 3 fingers? Doesn't Teddy just have the thumb and the nub? Like the nub of 4 fingers?
All that's left is to fuse that brat with the shadows as a base, and then devour the persona fragments to inhabit my new corporeal form. I pay no heed to others. I am the collective will of those who abandon all connections and strive to live only for themselves. I will incinerate everything. I will rob, murder, trample, and cast you humans down into the depths of despair. My name is Hino Kagutsuchi, one who kills all who live in this world.
Red fog gushes like blood from the body of General Teddy. No, Hino Kagutsuchi. And it gets sucked in through Sho's eyes, ears, and mouth. Oh, it tastes nasty.
Shokun!
As I try to rush toward them, the empty husk that General Teddy's body has become crumbles into the black lump of a shadow. At the same time, Sho, or whatever he is now, turns its evil red gaze towards me. His power is immeasurably strong. Stronger than Sho or Minazuki's. My entire metal body shrieks as I'm twisted in the directions that I was never meant to go.
Don't worry. I won't let you die so quickly. You will live to witness my advent, and will be the first sacrifice to my power.
I'll never let you do that! Give Shokun back!
No.
Your nerve astounds me, but I wouldn't be so sure. Your allies are about to be overwhelmed by the flood of shadows.
Yeah, come on, guys. This is going exactly the same.
You all fought so long within this red fog, just as I planned. You are exhausted to your very souls. You have no hope of defeating me now. You were quite useful, puppet. I had directed you at them with the aim of harvesting their personas at first, though.
The other tournament...
And this one too. So you, the real one behind these battles!
Yes, I needed a vessel. Had I taken their shadows for my own, their own wills would have made them less obedient than I required. I learned that in the previous battles. Thus did I prepare this fog and my new scheme to carve away.
Does that mean Theodore's gonna be the one to save me at the end this time?
Personas are the suppressed strength of heart. Nothing is better suited to suppress the will of shadows than that.
So that's why you made us fight!
I glanced towards the crystal floating up above, so that's the collection of persona fragments that have been carved away from us. And now enough of them have been gathered. This power will be that what brings destruction upon this world. The final piece required to create this vessel for a god. You guys think the boss will load in this time?
Now is the time for despair. This new form that you have given me. Behold it!
I, the almighty T-poser. He's smiling. A low-pitched laugh echoes across the area, and a blast of heat rages from the enormous body that appears. A god that is manifested using shadows as its vessels. Since I was created to be an anti-shadows weapon, I look on what could be considered my arch enemy, or my arch nemesis.
This can't be.
A being that could incinerate the world. Its powers are so tremendous that it could perform such an outrageous deed. Its roars shake the air, and there's a heat like scorching flame. My sensors show that it has fully manifested. My legs won't move. At this rate, I'll be destroyed by it too. But as I recoil in trepidation, mysterious voices, unlike those of normal persona communications, echo through me. The power of friendship.
Labras, don't give up! We're all cheering you on!
Labras, leave this place to us. Once this is all over, we'll have a party and celebration.
I'm positive you can do this, Labras. We'll take care of all these shadows.
Don't worry, Labras. You're not alone.
Close my eyes, imagining the faces of everyone I've met since my awakening. Everyone who has accepted me. Everyone who has given me a place to belong. And because everyone is fighting below me right now, I am able to stand here.
This is all on you, Labras. You promised that you'll come back no matter what.
We won't lose! Labras, please win this for us!
You're putting a lot on her there, Yukari.
We're counting on you, Labras-san. Please protect our world.
The words of God right there. All the friends that I've met in Ninaba and my companions who trusted me to finish the job before me. Their voices give me strength.
We'll make sure to hold them back here. You can win this, Labras. Labras, we're entrusting this to you. Our thoughts are with you.
She didn't even, like, fight it. She didn't fight and lose. She just saw it and was like, well, I guess I lose.
Let us handle things here. You have your own role to carry out.
Don't you dare tell us that you're giving up on this now. We'll do our best to give you time.
Labby-chan! Your knight is on your side!
Get a grip, Labras. We're fighting with you too.
Please win this, Labras. Sister, we're all waiting for your return. Let's fight this together.
Way to ruin the image. It's okay, they might not be right next to me, but I can still sense them. I won't lose. Everyone is on my side.
I'm not alone!
Alright, I don't think I can cheese this one. 'Cause I don't think Labras has a ranged attack.
That was close!
Lost
Watch out! Hurry up! Hurry up! Summoning! Summoning! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! Hurry up!
Alright, never mind, you can't cheese them. cannon did.
Impossible. The will of a puppet like you. A single will was able to surpass mine.
You can't hear the voices of everybody who's supporting me. You'll never win against us, Hino Kagutsuchi!
Silence, pest. I will not lose. I am stronger than anything.
Whatever could be happening. You mean to tell me Labra's on her own?
Impossible. How could I fall to this trickery of
It took you and Adachi to beat him, but Labras could beat it on her own. That's crazy. The crumbling corpse disintegrates before me. I can't take another step. All I can do is gaze up at Hino Kagutsuchi's body as it falls apart into the thin air before me.
That was marvelous indeed.
And now you're
These
here.
events were truly an ordeal.
The area had filled with silence once the battle ended, but a familiar voice ends it. I turn and see a young woman in a blue dress standing nearby.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
Though what you just defeated now was different in form, it appeared to be another embodiment of man's consciousness that wishes for death. And suffice to say, I had my own reason to witness its end.
A reason?
To abolish others also means to abolish oneself. That great power was also an embodiment of a distorted will, given birth by dissatisfaction. If left alone, it would eventually have become a great stagnation, leading to the destruction of the world, even the world within people's hearts.
No, not the world within people's hearts.
The world within people's hearts.
Not Kingdom Hearts.
You mean that place I met you the other time?
Indeed. And if that were to happen, it would be a hindrance to my own wish as well.
You have a wish.
Elizabeth smiles quietly, closes her eyes. Her expression is gentle, as if thinking of someone precious to her. I was told that Elizabeth had gone on a journey in search of power. What she tells me is always vague, and I don't understand everything she says, but she harbors a wish for someone else. What kind of person would she think of as precious? Is she also searching for what she can do to help that person? Seeing her softened expression makes me think back on my own wish. Yes, once this is all over, I should go see that girl.
Maybe I'm out of my league here, but I hope your wish comes true soon.
It honors me to hear those words. I wish to express my gratitude to you as well.
You mean thank me? Why?
In this turbulence, you showed me an unknown, miraculous power that cannot be attained alone. I firmly believe that that power will be a solid guide to the distant journey that I must take. And thus, I thank you from the depths of my heart.
Elizabeth bows deeply to me. No, I didn't do anything. I should be the one thanking her.
Oh no, I really didn't.
This place will disappear momentarily. Well, until we meet again someday, Labras. Actually, there is something I'd like to ask you before I go, just in case. Shall I transport your friends to somewhere safe?
That's right, this tower has already begun to crumble. My friends and I can never get out of here before this place becomes truly dangerous. I hurriedly respond to Elizabeth as politely as possible.
That would be wonderful. Please do.
Very well. Then I shall...
Then what about this guy?
Elizabeth?
Now that I think of it, where would a safe place be?
This place is gonna crumble soon, so anywhere else is fine. Could you hurry, please?
Oh, yes! That reminds me. There is one place where there would be no trouble if I were to send such a bizarre group of people there. I will now transport your companions. Well then.
My vision grows hazy as she speaks. That's when I remember something. What about Sho and Adachi? If they're not transported too, they'll be killed when the tower collapses.
Hold on, Elizabeth!
Whether or not she understood my thoughts, Elizabeth smiles at me before everything is blanketed in by a bright light. I wonder where we'll go. And how much is left? 2 more? Well, 3 technically. What is this? Mission complete? The light fades and the scenery around me is completely different. This location is familiar. This is the TV world, and the open space where everyone gathers.
Huh? Is this inside the TV? That's right. Where's everyone else? Where's Shokun?
I look over and see Sho collapsed on the ground a little further away. Thank goodness. That was quite mean of Elizabeth. She only mentioned my companion, so I was worried about what would happen to Sho. See? Elizabeth said that she would transport my companions. That means that she considers Sho to be one of my companions as well? I don't see Adachi anywhere, but this Elizabeth we're talking about, I'm sure she transported him to someplace else too. Anyway, I worry about how Sho isn't moving from the ground, and I quickly rush to his side.
Shokun!
Don't touch me, heathen. When I call to him, he slowly stands up, facing away from me. He looks around himself without a word, then looks down at the ground and quietly mumbles.
Shut up, Scrap. Enough yapping.
I couldn't help it. Not when I knew you were safe.
Hey, did you kill that thing?
Huh?
Did you destroy Hinokagutsuchi? Can't you understand words?
Oh, yeah.
You're strong.
Huh?
Thank you.
God damn it, do I have to say everything to you twice, you piece of junk? Never mind, you stupid toaster.
Of course they would make that joke. He's still yelling at me? But Sho does seem a little different from how he'd been before the fight. His voice and expression too. Maybe it's just my imagination. He doesn't seem like he's going to get violent either. For now, that is.
Shokun, where are you going?
It's none of your business. If you don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna cut you.
But everyone's waiting for you. I'm sure Mitsuda-san and her people are
Shut the hell up. I'm not gonna start listening to what anyone wants now. Go back to where you belong.
Shokun!
Hey, Scrap.
Sho makes as if to leave this place, then stops to talk to me. It seems he's remembered something. I'm actually a little surprised that he's talking to me.
Oh, yes?
Yes. Seriously? Now you can't even speak properly.
Oh, look at that smile.
Oh, man. It's too much.
He's a happy boy now.
You don't have to laugh that much.
Oh, damn it. You really are broken, aren't you? Hey, do you think even now he might be...
Huh?
Never mind. See you later, robot. You'd better have your damn oil changed or something.
Huh? Oh!
Before I can think of something else to say, Sho's already getting farther away. How should I, or what should I do? This is inside the TV world, after all. But his posture is much more confident compared to when I first saw him. He has his own future waiting for him now. I'm sure there will be a mountain of painful difficulties waiting. There's even the possibility that we might end up facing him again as an enemy. But even then, that's okay. Even though it was only for a short time, I sense a bond between myself and him. If I don't give up, and if I keep wishing for his success, a day may come where we reach an understanding. But I don't get an oil change during a maintenance routine. Suddenly, several shining figures appear within the room here in the TV world. When the light around them dims, I recognize familiar faces. My companions who have finished fighting their own fierce battles gather one after another.
Huh? What's going on? I thought the fog suddenly lifted, but where am I?
Labras, you're okay! Oh, I'm so relieved that I can't stand up.
Labras-san, thank you. I believed in you. I knew that you could do it.
Thanks, Ken. I'm glad you're the only one who believed in me.
I wish you could have seen us, Labby-chan. Shadow Operative Junpei Iori totally nailed it.
Whoa! What a soft yet sneaky landing spot. Oh my, this is inside the TV! Wowee! Yuka-chan, Ken-Ken, Kurumaru's here too! Is everyone okay?
Are we? This is the normal TV entrance. Oh, it would seem everything has been settled.
Sister, I'm so glad you're okay. Still, I knew you would be able to overcome this. I'm going to have to try harder to keep up with you.
Thank you, Toaster.
You definitely showed us your resolve back there, Labras.
You did splendidly. We would have been in danger had you not been with us. You haven't been with the Shadow Operatives for very long, but you've already become our ace in the hole. I'll continue counting on you, Labrys.
I like Sho. I just think he was poorly done.
Labrys, I sensed everything! It was really amazing! Labrys! I was so impressed that you beat such an immense enemy all by yourself.
I've said it over and over again. I think this game did a lot of good ideas, but they just did them poorly.
No, it was thanks to all of you. I only beat him down because you were with me. Thanks, guys.
Another group of shining figures appears. This time it's Yu's group, appearing along with Fuka. It seems they were fighting the shadows closing in on the tower when they too were suddenly enveloped by a light taken to this place.
Now that was suspenseful. You did an amazing job. We're definitely throwing a celebration party.
No, we're not.
That sounds wonderful. We have quite the group here together after all. Labrys, thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you for being you.
Are you okay, Labrys? Are you hurt anywhere? I mean, you were really amazing!
Thanks, Labrys. The town should return to normal now. It's all thanks to you.
I think my liking for Sho only increased when I found out that he's the voice for Natsu.
Yukun.
Had I not come here, everyone in Inaba would have continued leading peaceful lives. Internally, I was afraid to learn what he truly thought of me. That was when Ken told me that I should go to him myself and find out how he feels. He was right. Just seeing the kindness in Yu's eyes right now makes me feel like there's no need to hear what he thinks about me in words. The relief of this painful battle coming to an end mixes me with joy in discovering new and true friends. My happiness proves to be contagious, and before long we're all talking animatedly with one another. After some time, Mitsuru approaches me. Her expression seems rather meek, and when she speaks to me, she seems apologetic.
Labrys, I'm sorry, but I need to hear your report. Where is Minazuki? Were you able to speak with him?
Oh, yes, but only for a little while. But before you all came here, he...
When I begin my report, Akihiko nudges me in the shoulder with his elbow. As I stand in bewilderment, Mitsuru clears her throat.
Well, you know, Labrys, the Shadow Operatives are a formal organization. I am obligated to report about this case to the higher-ups.
Right. That's why I was saying, before you all came here, Shokun...
Akihiko nudges me in the shoulder even harder this time. What's going on? Did I say something weird?
You're even more naive than I am. You really are like a child when it comes to these things.
There are just some things you don't want to be honest about at times like this. That's why you just gotta dodge the question and...
Junpei, don't start teaching Labrys stuff like that. We don't want her becoming more like you.
Ow!
But we like Junpei.
What was that for? You're scarier than the shadows.
I didn't ask properly. Shadow Operative Labrys, do you know where Minazuki went?
I'm sorry, I don't know where he went.
Oh.
Phew.
The moment I answer them, they all sound relieved. For some reason, even Akihiko and Mitsuru are smiling in a satisfied manner. Could it be they actually want me to say that I didn't know where he went?
I see. Normally, we'd have to send someone to track him down, but if you don't know, then there's nothing to be done about it. I will report this case to our authorities, and the Shadow Operatives will take responsibility for it. All of us.
Mitsuru-san!
I get it now. If Sho, who was the person behind such a serious case as this, were to be captured, he would be dealt with severely. And even if Sho were to meet with Mitsuru and the others right now, he'd surely get angry like he was a moment ago, and it wouldn't be much of a conversation. But if we Shadow Operatives pursue him ourselves, we'll have tons of opportunities to get Sho to open up to us. Mitsuru, everyone, thank you.
Hey, what are you guys doing? We're gonna leave you behind if you don't hurry up.
The others who are a bit further away call out to us. It seems the time for us to part is drawing close once again. But since we are connected by bonds, we'll be able to see each other anytime we want. We'll just be physically distant for a short while.
Are we really getting out from here? I'm feeling really anxious about this.
Oh? Are you scared,
That's
Junpei?
pretty lame.
That's pretty lame for a big boy like you.
Don't mind me for going on ahead. Please excuse us.
They just left his portrait. Everyone from Inaba jumps through the exit TV one after another, as if they were completely used to it. Mitsuru, I guess Akihiko, and Fuka, who have also experienced this once, go as well. Fuka didn't experience this. You can't tell me that.
Alright, Koromaru. We should go too.
Well, I guess I better go for it. Here goes.
Come on, Junpei. Hurry up. Come on, get going.
first time! Put me down! No!
Teddy grabs Junpei and bear handles him through the TV screen. Junpei shouts quickly, grows distant. Teddy then beckons to me to come passing into the TV as well. I place a hand over the TV screen in the now empty plaza. Below this place is the school that I built. Now that I have a place to belong, I doubt I'll ever come here again. Goodbye. It's time I went back with the others. May 6th, early morning. After leaving Junes, we heard that Kikuno had landed the helicopter in the schoolyard at Yasogami High, so we headed back to the school. Oh, hold on, let me get rid of the text. It seems that after Kikuno risked her life to drop us off at Junes, she was forced to land near the outskirts of town. There, she studied the data from Shuji Akutsuki files and repaired the damaged helicopter, then took off again, and was even able to help the others. Talk about a tough person. This means that we Persona users weren't the only ones fighting. The other reasons why we re-entered to Yasogami High was because we needed to check on the crime scene, as members of the Shadow Operatives. We go up to the rooftop and look down on the school, now that it has regained its original form. What a whack crowd you have here. It's just like they're all just dressed weird. I think that's supposed to be the joke.
School. The memories places like this bring back. It's already been 3 years.
I know, right? Time goes by fast when you're living a fulfilling life.
So you have a fulfilling life too, Junpei-san? Can you teach me how to play baseball?
Oh, now you're talking. Our team trains really damn hard. I won't go easy on you.
Aren't you playing soccer?
That's what I was hoping for. I like sports after all.
By the way, Yukari, are you planning on going back looking like that?
Would everyone please stop talking about my clothes? I mean, you of all people shouldn't be talking, Akihiko-senpai.
That costume's really cool, though. Wow, feather pink.
Don't blush too hard there,
I'm
Ken.
standing next to a real hero.
There we go. Just be true to yourself, kid. Looking up to superheroes is what's truly childlike.
Still, you're amazing, Yukari-san. You're actually wearing the costume and acting at the same time. Normally, even female ranger characters get played by male actors during the scenes while they're in their costumes.
Wait, really?
Huh? Is that for real? No, all those times
Junpei, no, stop.
Where did you hear that?
Ken-kun's a big fan of those kinds of shows. But I guess he isn't all that childish anymore. I suppose it's because it's been 3 years. It might be in poor taste to say this right after what happened here, but I'm still glad we were able to get together again like this.
I'm glad we were able to get a game after, or be a part of a game after for like, what, 10 years? Because what, this came out in 2013?
Yeah.
I don't know when, I don't remember when 3 came out.
Or something. The great hero Junpei and his pals saved the world again.
Right. You probably wouldn't have even made it here if fate hadn't guided you.
Seriously, the way he ended up here is just ridiculous. Maybe we were guided here by fate. We made some new friends too, after all.
Everyone looks to me. I have so many people willing to call me a friend. It's a little embarrassing, but I can't help but smile.
Most of all, I'm happy that I met my sister. I was able to meet you-san and the others as well.
Nah, I'm thankful for everybody else. Without you, I'd have never woken up and stayed in that box forever. I'd just be a machine that hurts people. But you all accepted me for who I am and gave me a place to belong.
That's right, I have to repay everyone for all they've done for me. To Mitsuru and her companions for giving me this place. To everyone who made me realize that I'm never alone. Beep, 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 beep.
It's me.
Milady, the preparations have been made. But are you sure about this?
Yes, I'll be right there.
Huh? Where you going, Mitsuru-san?
Hey! Mitsuru-senpai, don't tell me you're going back before us.
Well, I'm sorry, but there are many things that need to be taken care of.
I knew it. I'll have you know that we all put aside our jobs and other affairs to come here. You're gonna spend some time with us, like it or not.
Yeah, you filthy heathen.
I do feel bad about causing you all trouble, but I guess, can't you persuade Yukari?
No, I refuse that order. This is a situation with consequences that affect our team's morale.
We will all be hanging out, as one would say.
Give it up, Mitsuru. Don't worry about figuring everything out right now. I'll make sure things with those public safety jerks get settled.
What?
Beat 'em
There's
up.
some guys hassling you. Let me come with you. I'll tell him everything about how Mitsuru-san did her best to help.
Please, don't. Things will only get more complicated if you two get involved. Very well. I suppose I can forget about my duties for one day and enjoy some time off.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
You look so happy, Yukari-chan. It's been a while since I've seen you smile so much.
Huh? You think so? Do I really not smile normally?
Well, you always seem so angry, Yucatan.
Well, ever since your guy died.
Because you're always making me angry.
Hey, time out, Yucatan. You could really hurt me with that thing.
Our laughter echoes from the rooftop where the bright morning sunrise shines down upon us. As the lively conversation continues, I quietly place my hand on my chest. What's here right now connects me to that place. It connects me to everyone. May this warmth I feel spread to everyone else, and to him as well. "89% done. One more. Epilogue." I'd be surprised if this game doesn't end with Sho showing back up in the Velvet Room. A few days after the case ends, I feel kinda like an empty husk. I mean, it had been a while since I'd been through anything like that. It wasn't just because it felt nostalgic, but well, I remembered a lot of different things. Like how I didn't understand a lot of stuff.
Your pitching sucks. Stop throwing like that.
My pitching doesn't suck. Your catching sucks. Don't think you're all cool just because you got a good hit the other day.
What did you say?
As I'm watching the kids practice, I'm not particularly paying much attention. Just when I think things are getting peaceful, a squabble starts up. Well, it's a coach's job to settle things like this.
Hey, break it up. What's going on here?
Stay out of this, Junpei.
Coach
Why is his voice like
Junpei,
that?
Right? So, what's up?
He blames me because he can't catch.
It's because you got no control. Everybody knows it.
The other kids all stop practicing and gather around the argument. These kids have way too much energy and get into fights frequently. So I need to mediate this conflict in a mature, dignified way in order to be a good example. Children pick up on that kind of stuff, you know.
Hey, listen up. The most important thing in baseball is teamwork. No matter how good you might be alone, you'll never win a game by yourself. You can't play baseball if you're the only one on the field, right?
Of course not.
Right, well, that's just common sense. But if you keep putting the blame on other people, you're gonna end up all alone eventually.
Oh, he's hitting him with a
If
show.
you think the pitcher has no control, then you gotta try to work hard to catch anything, no matter what he throws your way. And if you think the catcher blows meaty chunks, try throwing balls that even the worst catcher can grab. If you both practice together like that, then everyone gets better and the entire team gets stronger. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that was awesome. Go me. I wonder if these guys will ever look back on the days and think that they never understood what was going on. I bet they will, just like me. I gave them a good talking to, and since this was a great place to end for today, I called today's practice over. As everyone says goodbye and goes their separate ways, one of the kids doesn't leave. Is that Goru? He looks a lot more humble than usual. Noticing slight changes in your players is one thing. That makes a great coach.
Hey! Aren't you going home?
Junpei, do you have a girlfriend?
You just had to ask. What? He's asking me that all of a sudden? Sheesh, kids these days.
I didn't think so.
Ooh.
Hey, what's with the attitude? That's really rude, you know.
There's a girl I like, but she's gonna move away. I didn't know, and we got in a fight.
Fight?
I thought we'd make up like we always do. Even when we get in fights, things always go back to normal in a few days. But when I heard she was transferring to another school, I got worried about what would happen if I couldn't make up with her.
Well, I'm sorry, buddy, but it's over.
Well, the answer here is obvious. You have to nut up and apologize to her. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. That'll fix everything.
That's so lame. I can't do that.
Lame, not lame. Is that your problem here? This isn't the time to care about looking cool. Not when it involves something you care about. If you and her end up going separate ways without telling her how you really feel, you're gonna regret it for a long, long time.
Oh, Junpei can relate.
But what if we get in another fight?
Goro drops his eyes again. Well, that's this kid's bad habit. He acts all tough, but when things matter most, his timid side comes out. Aren't you the team's cleanup hitter? You gotta strengthen your resolve. I guess I better better do the coach thing and encourage him. But the way Goro's hanging his head makes me a little uncomfortable deep down. Why? Because my own words are coming back to haunt me. Regretting not telling someone your feelings before you have to part? Yeah, that grand slam I whacked in my dream, I can still feel it in my hands. And I got up on the platform for the MVP interview, but that time it ended before I could say it. But this time, when I still haven't answered his question, Goro peers into my face. Oh well, I guess I need to strengthen my own resolve. Look at the empty outfield and pitch myself in that dream.
If you get a hit, you'll be a hero. Are you gonna try for a grand slam?
Goro seems dazed for a second at my sudden enthusiasm, but his clouded face quickly breaks out into a bright smile. And he's his old tough self again.
Grand slam. All right, I'll go do it.
Goro's going for a grand slam with his girlfriend, huh? I don't know if I should call him optimistic or if he doesn't really know what he's talking about. But at least it looks like I got through to him. In which case, I think it's time the ace slugger swings for the fences too.
All right!
After high-fiving Goro, I grab my stuff and run for the station. This time I won't oversleep. It's just funny if text popped up, then he proceeded to oversleep. The view from the pier matches an old memory of mine. The color of the sky, the ocean, the sound of the waves. This is the first time in years I've come back to this place.
Whoa, this brings back memories. How long has it been since we were here? We were second years in high school, wasn't it?
It would be 3 years ago. It was the summer of 2009.
Oh, 2009, what a year.
Only 3 years, huh? It feels more like 10.
A lot has happened since then.
I see. Now that I think about it, you haven't returned to Yakushima since then either.
We leave the beach and follow a woodland path. The virgin forest is filled with lush greenery and the air is cool and clean. We're headed to the remains of the ergonomic research lab.
You want to go to Yakushima?
Yes, if possible, that is.
I don't believe there's anything left there aside from warehouses, though.
Yes, I understand that.
I guess I have no intention of preventing you from going there. But may I ask why?
I have wanted to go back for a while now. That was when my sister's case began, so I thought that now would be a good opportunity. I wanted to see for myself what led to my birth.
I think it's a good idea.
Yukari-san.
Isn't it normal to want to know about things like that? We're talking about your roots here.
I see.
Actually, I was just thinking about taking a vacation too. That battle from the other day was a lot more grueling than I imagined it would be.
As Yukari says, it's true, it was a fierce battle. Because I was severely damaged, my maintenance had to go on for a good deal longer than usual, and I spent a long time in my repair bay. That's why I'd been longing to feel the light of the sun. I'm sure if Yukari knows what I feel this way, but she smiles.
Hey, I guess, why don't we go together? And it'd be nice if we could stay at your summer house, like we went to before, Mitsuru-senpai.
Though Mitsuru smiles knowingly, she readily agreed to our request.
The last time we lived together was back when we were roommates during our 3rd year of high school.
You're right.
That brings back memories. I told you to stop being so overly polite because it made you stick out in class. And yet, you never did.
Ah, memories. Remember when we watched Labrys break this wall? After passing through the forest, we reached a desolate area behind with debris scattered about. Could this have been the outer wall that surrounded the research site? The entire thing has collapsed and it's been overtaken by wild plant growth.
So this is the place.
I correlate what I see with the data about the site and confirm that this is where the combat testing ground had been. We pass through where the gates were and proceed further inside. We walk through the facility for a while when an old white dog runs up to us and barks. I feel as if the dog isn't barking at us to warn or frighten us away, but is more welcoming, maybe even greeting us.
A dog?
I try to match the dog to the data I have regarding Yakushima, cross-referencing appearance, attempting to match vocal recording.
Snowy?
Huh?
It's the dog.
Do you know this dog?
No, not as such.
It's Labrys's dog, and 429, or 420, or whatever, 240, or whatever its name was. quickly find a record of this dog. There's no doubt that this dog is Snowy, the same animal that my sister made friends with. He's still okay after all these
He
years.
appears to be the dog my sister became attached to in the past. It seems he can tell that I'm like her.
Huh?
Snowy wags his tail and comes over to happily nuzzle me. He appears to be welcoming me, though we'd never actually met before. I can't communicate clearly with him the way I can Koromaru. Still, his actions are easy enough to understand. I crouch down and gently pet
It
him.
would appear that this place and what happened here are part of my own roots after all.
What do you mean?
In the past, I thought that my ability to communicate with animals was just something that I could do. It didn't seem like the people at the lab had deciphered dog language, and even then, I doubted that such an ability was necessary for a weapon. I had thought it mysterious that I was capable of doing so, but it seems that my sister can do the same thing.
Huh. So are you saying that you inherited that function from Labras?
It's not really a function, per se.
It's more of a quirk. I stop petting Snowy and stand up before taking a sweeping look around the area. Piles of debris, both large and small, are scattered about. The early summer shines down upon
It's
us.
probably something that was slowly nurtured among the 5th generation units that were housed here. Behavioral traits, like having interest in things besides missions, get passed on. And then, interest in animals. And then, the ability to communicate.
I see.
After a long line of inherited system feedback, my sister gained that ability, and I, in turn, gained it from her. The reason I have a special rapport with dogs, out of all animals, is most likely because of that process.
Wow, that's pretty deep. If it goes that far, then you're right. It's not just some function that you were intended to have. It's more like a wish.
Yes.
I crouch down once more and pet Snowy again. After that, I begin clearing away the mossy rubble that has been left unattended for so long. Snowy happily runs around the area that has been cleared of rubble.
Still, for the ones before Labras who had hearts or wishes, it might be a bit sad that this place is left like this.
A robot would smell like metal. Just as Yukari says, the carelessly scattered rubble under this clear. Beautiful sky only emphasizes the loneliness of this place. Snowy barks once and runs through a small hole in a passage blocked by debris, then barks again as if monitoring us to follow him. We see a shimmering yellow-green light shining through the hole we had passed through.
What's that?
I move aside more debris to make a hole large enough for a person to pass through. What we find on the other side is... What the heck?
Oh. Wow, it's super pretty here. What is this place?
There's a tall, cylindrical structure that looks like a greenhouse reaching high above us. It seems this area was once indoors, but the ceilings have long since collapsed. The structure stands directly under the blue sky. Oh, is this where they made the robots fight? The clear cylinder has literally acted as a greenhouse, allowing the area inside to grow lush green grass, trees, and vibrant flowers. Even birds and butterflies flit about inside. This place is something like a paradise out of a children's book. But there are the remains of an anti-shock chamber, where Labras and the other units of her model had undergone battle
There are
tests.
many plants here that only grow far to the south of this latitude. This building's windows seem to have coincidentally formed a greenhouse.
I take a closer look around and notice a large sword stuck into the ground in the center of the room. The unit that used this weapon is thought to have been destroyed, but the sword remains here, unchanged.
The number 024
There it is.
stamped into this. It may have
That was the
belonged to
numbers.
a unit that fought here.
Oh, I see.
420 backwards.
It's kind of hard to believe that this place was once such a nightmare.
Once such a nightmare, as far back as my memories go, it's not wrong to say that this place was just as Yukari described it. And the way this room is now, it may be fitting tribute to my sisters who fell here, within this very chamber. The large blade here is more than half covered with soft green moss, and small birds are using it as a
Hey,
perch.
I guess let's ask Mitsuru-senpai to keep this place like it is.
Yukari-san.
And why don't we bring everyone else here from time to time? Let's bring Labras next time, too.
I nod. My power is your power. That's why I'll never forget you all. As the last of the anti-shadow suppression weapons, I will fulfill my duty to protect my companions and my sister. Protect humanity and create a future with your memories within me.
I'm glad I came here.
I feel happiness in the depths of my heart and take a step forward. I raise my voice as loud as I can so it echoes throughout this entire chamber.
Everyone, thank you.
No, I guess. The chirping of the birds and the sound of the waves echo on forever. Not Junpei. Ken. A few days after the case was resolved, I stand before a gravesite. The marker is still new and clean.
We finally met.
Oh no, it's Lapras.
I'm sorry it took me so long to come.
Oh, she's dead. Ooh. This is the girl she was based off of. Some of my memories are those from another machine, like me, Unit 024. She and I were in the same production generation. Some of those memories are of a girl. Mitsuru and her people aided me in finding that girl and finding out who she was. The first word in her records after her name? Deceased. Mitsuru was apologetic when she told me about this, but I wasn't surprised. The girl in my memories had been in the hospital room. That's why, in my heart, I was kind of expecting things to turn out this way.
You know, there's a bunch of stuff I wanted to say, and I don't know where to start now. But thanks so much for giving me life.
No words come back to me from the gravestone. I didn't make it in.
I have a younger sister, and I've got companions and friends too. Because you wished for it, I have a happy life now. But there's nothing I can do to repay you.
We can clean her grave.
Mommy, there's someone here.
As I was standing still, a boy approaches me and looks up with curiosity. A woman, apparently his mother, follows him and bows to me. She's holding a bouquet of flowers. It seems his family has come to visit this girl's grave.
I'm sorry. Are you, this girl's family?
Oh no, it's just my boy has the same illness as the girl who's here.
I look at the boy. He does seem thin, but he otherwise doesn't appear to be in poor health.
The girl here agreed to submit to a great many examinations when she was young. Because of that, the doctors learned a great deal about her disease. And it's thanks to her sacrifice that my little boy is still alive today. He can even go to school.
She tells me more about her son and then explains that they come to visit the girl's grave to thank her. After they lay the bouquet on the grave, the boy and his mother stand silently for a moment. When they leave, I'm alone in front of the grave once more. She dreamed of being useful to the world, and that wish has come true. I know she would have wanted to see the results of how she helped, but in the end, she never could. Then I've
found something I can do. Hey, can I call you Mom?
I will carry on your dream, my mother, and protect the world where all the lives you saved reside. Just as you wish for my happiness, I will wish for the happiness of all humans, and will do what I can to protect them. I'll do it to the very best of my ability, as a Shadow Operative. Fuka.
Miss Yamagishi, this is a spectacular feat. We've never had a second-year student receive the award for best paper at this school.
Thank you.
I'd received an urgent summons from my lab at college and found my professor there, openly praising me.
Already getting recruitment calls from labs and corporations, but I'd recommend that you devote yourself to studying abroad.
Abroad, you say?
I just happen to be friends with a professor who's searching for an assistant. If you wish, I can write you a letter of recommendation at once.
I hesitate a bit on how to respond to my professor's cheerful words. Even since I entered the engineering department, things have become awkward with my parents. Though they still look pained when the subject of my not entering medical school comes up. Perhaps they'll be impressed with me if I tell them that I'm going to study abroad to a famous college overseas. But even if I were to leave Japan, if something were to happen to Mitsuru and the others, I'd show no hesitation in coming back here. Even if it wasn't for a case involving shadows, for example, if I was told that they didn't have anyone they trusted to perform Aegis and Lyris' maintenance, I'd still feel the same. I have no intentions of actually joining the Shadow Operatives, but I want to help them out as much as I can until the organization's foundation becomes more secure. I'm not afraid of moving away from them, but considering what Mitsuru is trying to accomplish, there are a lot of things that I can't help with if I'm too far.
How about it, Miss Yamagishi?
I'm sorry, but I'll have to decline for now.
If the time comes when I feel a need to study abroad, I'd like to ask for your assistance then.
Yes, that's what I thought. Then I'll contact them at once and... wait, you decline?
You heathen.
Oh no! Classes are about to start. Please excuse me. Thank you for telling me about this.
Miss Yamagishi, wait! Hey!
I'm not staying here because I'm needed. I'm staying because I choose to do. That's more important than taking a course that someone else has prepared
I can
for me.
study wherever I want, after all.
I joined the flow of students moving from class to class and hurried to my next class. They had to give Fuka a little segment, even though she had like no relevance in this entire game. Now it's Ken. The early summer weather in Gekkokan schoolyard is refreshing after all. We were absorbed in chasing the ball like always.
Not gonna happen.
Whoa!
One of the players I'm guarding against goes flying and the game stops. Crap, did I get a little too rough? I rush over and see how he's doing.
Sorry, are you okay?
I'm fine. It wasn't a foul. That was a great tackle, Ken. You've been on fire lately.
Luckily, he doesn't seem hurt. I relax and grab his hand and pull him up with a smile.
Well, we do have a match coming up soon. Isn't our opponent supposed to be a strong team?
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's all put some more effort into this.
We'll keep our spirits up.
Yeah!
The sun has almost set, and it's about time to wrap up practice. I look around the school grounds at the other teams finishing up. I can tell they're looking at someone standing in the corner of the schoolyard. What are you doing? No, man, I didn't think she'd come wearing that battle outfit of hers. I guess I should have given more thought about where I suggested that we meet up. I regret choosing this place a little, but she'd stand out anywhere. I guess it can't be helped. I'm the one who called Mitsuru here. This is the first time I've seen her in person since the case ended. I'm well aware of how busy Mitsuru is, but I implore her to come here today. I'm starting to feel unusually nervous, but I make up my mind and take a few deep breaths before approaching her.
Hey! Who's that beautiful lady? Don't tell me she's Ken-kun's girlfriend!
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you made a mistake about bringing an attractive woman to a middle school. A middle school.
What? No way. I'm so shocked. Doesn't she seem a little serious, though?
Mitsuru-san, thank you for coming all this way when you're so busy.
Don't worry about it. I am currently on a mission though, so I don't have a lot of time. I would like to speak with you for longer someday.
Oh, it's alright. This won't take long. I called you here so I could give you this today.
This?
I hand her a small silver badge. It's the official identification given to members of the Shadow Operatives. When she sees it, Mitsuru briefly looks surprised. She looks from the badge to my face and swallows whatever she was about to say.
I'd like you to take it back for now. I don't need it. I promise I'll come get it again one day.
Very well. I will keep this for you.
That's right, I don't need it right now. Mitsuru accepts it without another word, but I bet she respects my decision. Mitsuru's always thinking about us. I'm sure that my actions speak louder than anything I could have said to her, and she understands perfectly. This is how it should be. Thank you, Mitsuru.
Hey, Ken! Let's get going!
Ken, is that your mom? The voice suddenly calls out to me from the school gate and breaks the silence between us. I look in the direction and see the rest of the soccer team who have finished changing and are waiting for me there. It should be obvious that I'm in the middle of a serious conversation here, but that doesn't stop them. Well, I guess it can't be helped that they want me to hurry up. We just finished practice and we're all hungry kids. It's only natural that their stomachs are growling. I mean, mine is too.
Okay, race to the wild duck! Last one there pays! Well, I have to go. I hope you stay well until I see you again, Mitsuru-san.
In any case, since the burdens on my shoulders had been lifted, I quickly bowed to Mitsuru before rushing off with my teammates. We still have the after-practice wild dash to do. It's a famous tradition of the Gekkokan Junior High soccer team. And again, we started this tradition on our own. We consider it one last part of our practice, so I can't allow myself to lose here either.
Huh, he laughed. But wow, don't you think Ken-kun's changed a bit lately?
Really? Like how?
For reals. He used to be all, I don't know, cold.
Ooh, yikes.
But lately, he's been in high spirits. It's like he learned how to be normal, right?
It's as if the buddy's gone through a lot.
You're right. He does seem to act more naturally than before. I like it.
3 years ago, we forged a bond through our long and severe battles. That bond is still very important to me. But if I let myself get too caught up in that bond, I'll end up missing out on things in my own life. I think I was able to change because I realized that. sense that bond with others has remained unchanged, but more than that, I sense that I've grown in myself as well, even if only a little. What's best for me now is to spend my days doing what I can, without rushing through life. Yes, this is the end. What happens to me now will surely affect my future. That's what I've come to realize. And acting that way will be my way of fulfilling the duty that was left to me. Bark-a-barky bark. Koromaru appears from a side street and magnificently runs past me. Koromaru's been showing up like this from time to time and racing us to the burger place. I remember thinking this during the recent battles, but even though Koromaru is quite old, he sure doesn't seem that way. I bet he's determined not to let us kids beat him either. Well, if he's challenging me, I can't let him win without a fight. I pick up the pace and chase after the white furry shape ahead of me. Akihiko?
Target acquired.
Oh, Aigis
Commencing
again.
capture now.
Aigis?
Look at Akihiko. Now he's looking a lot like how he did in 3. I thought I was well concealed in the crowd in front of the station, but Aigis comes charging towards me. The people around me draw back and people walking by stare dumbfounded. Not
It's
again.
time for your English 2 class.
I'm gonna be absent today.
Absence without Mitsuru-san's express permission will not be tolerated.
No, the class doesn't do roll call. If I pass the final exam, I'll get the credits I need. I've already mastered English anyway.
I've heard that some college classes randomly take roll. One cannot discount the possibility.
Yeah,
That,
Akihiko.
Professor? It'll never happen.
You stand out, so your absence will immediately be apparent.
How do I stand out? I'm not dressed for missions today.
Akihiko looks like a Yakuza. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
In any case, you must prioritize your studies.
Go to school, you heathen. After the case had closed, I went back to college, even though until recently I'd been taking time off to go on my training journey. Though Mitsuru had a hang in getting me to go back. Annoyingly, I mean, thankfully, Aigis has taken it upon herself to manage my college credits, which has led to situations like this. The moment I go off her radar, she suddenly shows up out of nowhere and drags me back to class. My attendance, classwork, study groups, assignment, submissions, exam. She has total control over my every move, and I don't even have time to train anymore.
Stop being so persistent, Aigis. I told you I have plans today.
You were the same as always, aren't
Oh,
you?
what is this guy doing here?
You both stand out a lot.
Kurosawa-san.
Kurosawa appears out of the crowd with a resigned expression. Yes, I was here to meet him today. He's currently a detective with the Metropolitan Police Department, and is a trustworthy man who has been helping us in secret. Even now, he caught on to public safety. His department moves before anyone else was able to warn us.
I wasn't told that you had class today. Should we postpone?
Oh, no, it's all right. Let go, Aigis.
I see. So your plan was to meet with Kurosawa-san.
Yeah. I have something important I need to consult with him on.
That actually seems to be the case for once. I don't have much time to spare either, so why don't you hand him over to me for today, Aigis?
If that is the case, then I understand. I will await your report later.
Aigis says so politely. She releases my arm and salutes Kurosawa. With that, she disappears back into the crowd. I swear, she's been a pest lately on purpose and enjoys seeing my reaction. Oh well, I guess that means she's getting even more human-like.
So, what did you want my help with?
You cannot convince me this is not a Yakuza-looking frame. If they put this in Yakuza, I'd believe it.
Well, this might be a bit late to ask, but I want to have enough power in the police to protect the others from the outside.
So that's what this is about. Dealing with people from that side of the business is more trouble than fighting Shadow sometimes, you know.
Oh, I know. That's why I need power besides what I can do with my fists.
Kurosawa smirks in
I
response.
like the look on your face. That reminds me, you're old enough to drink now, aren't you?
Well, yes.
What's this? You don't like alcohol?
No, alcohol and protein shakes go surprisingly well together.
Do they?
Drinking with you is going to be tiring for a different reason.
Kurosawa looks ashamed or amused for a moment, then turns and walks away. I follow him into the city. Oh, now who is it? Mitsuru? Mitsuru and I are walking through the city, which has suddenly become filled with summer fashions as long holidays draws to a close. We've been going out together like this for a while, but when she wears clothes more appropriate for her age, Mitsuru looks even better than models. Heads turn to follow her wherever we go. Mitsuru doesn't seem fazed by this, though. It's more likely that she doesn't have a clue she's standing out. It's a mystery to me why she doesn't notice it. It's Yukari. The only thing that appears to bother her is how she's walking.
I'm not comfortable in these clothes.
How many buttons do you need?
Come on, you look good. And you know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
But doesn't such a frilly skirt interfere with how you walk?
Huh? Senpai, I know you wore a skirt as part of the Gekukan High uniform.
A uniform is fine, since it's like battle attire.
Battle attire, huh?
Hey ladies, how's it going? Are the two of you looking for a good time? Why don't you join us and have some fun?
You're picking on
Would
the
you
wrong
mind
people.
getting out of the way? I'm trying to enjoy my day off with my friend.
Again? I mean, yeah, she stands out, but how many times have we been hit on just
well,
today?
if not today, how about another time? Can I get your phone number? Maybe we could go out sometime.
Oh.
The man hitting on us touches my shoulder. This guy either has guts or he's really slow on the uptake. Either way, this isn't good at all. Mitsuru's arm flashes out like a snake and grabs the man's wrist.
Mitsuru-senpai, hold on!
Ow!
I'd prefer it if you kept your hands off my friend. I also believe it to be in your best interests if you left at once.
I'm okay. Geez, you guys better get going.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap!
My hand, she broke it.
We're sorry!
The guys who talk to us are scared off by Mitsuru and they run for their lives. I'm happy that she protected me, but it's like she's seriously turning into an empress. She's the head of a special battle unit with the missions of exterminating shadows. I wonder if that environment is what's making things worse for her after all. You really need to help her have some time to enjoy herself.
Senpai, let's go over there.
Mitsuru would be that friend you wouldn't want to hang out with because you're scared of what she might do. I take Mitsuru's arm and charge into a shopping mall. I'm pretty sure that guy like that won't follow us all the way into a store. After checking out some clothes and other accessories like normal girls in these busy holiday stores, we decide to take a break at a cafe terrace.
That was fun.
You're right.
I relax and enjoy the fun we had and take another sip of my iced coffee. Mitsuru answered me absent-mindedly and her tea is left untouched.
Senpai, you promised that you wouldn't think about the other day.
Yukari,
I know that it's impossible to keep it from getting to her after all. The case this time was all because of the Kirijo group's negative legacy. Mitsuru had taken on the role as the leader of the Kirijo family to atone for her family's past, and yet after being captured by the enemy, she couldn't take command of the situation. It may only be natural that she feels responsible for what happened. But even then, I can't be convinced that she needs to bear the weight of that all of that
there are
herself.
so many people here.
And there she goes again. I came here today thinking about giving her a piece of my mind. She keeps taking responsibility for everything and worrying about things all on her own. Still, I can't bring myself to say anything about it when I see the look on her face. I thought that maybe confronting her emotionally like I had back then would lessen the distance between us. But that would just be repeating what I'd done before. It'd be sad to have to resort to that again. I mean, we're best friends now, you know? As I try and figure out what to say next, all I hear is the bustle of the busy cafe.
See? It's Feather Pink! Wow, you're right! It's Reiko Kuchikuen! Hey, Feather Pink! Where are Red and the others?
Huh?
Suddenly, a little boy points at me. Everyone turns around at his shout, and the children walking past make a wide circle around us.
No, you're mistaken. You've got the wrong person.
I hurriedly wave my hand in an attempt to disperse the crowd. Having a role that shows my face can be really inconvenient.
You're quite popular, Yukari. How does it feel to be a hero?
Huh? Well, I guess it's worth it since these kids are really into it.
Death must not be needlessly feared, but it must not be needlessly desired as well. Face it and fight, Featherman. Or so the line goes.
Senpai, why do you know that?
That's the opening line of the intro to Featherman Victory. That catchphrase comes up in every episode of the show.
I may be busy, but I still have time to watch a little television.
What? But why would you watch Featherman of all things?
That's my favorite show.
Why wouldn't I? My best friend is one of the stars.
Oh.
I had never seen such a program before. But it's true. I did sense something from it. I feel that you were trying to
Good
help
friend.
people, especially children, teaching them to avoid bringing harm into their lives.
She's a little stiff, but Mitsuru's a good friend.
Well, I guess that's how it is.
The protagonists of hero shows don't just punish evil, they protect those who are precious to them and give everyone the hope to live. I'm sure that these shows teach a lot of things to children
The
too.
same goes for Akihiko and Yamagishi, Aiga, Samada, and Iori as well. Every one of us is proceeding down their own path, in their own way. That's how I can concentrate on my own duties. The trust we formed will not easily be swayed. Isn't that right?
I can't help but sigh, but I feel like I've been beaten instead. My best friend believes in me and is watching over me. Well, I should do the same for her, even though I get the feeling that I got sweet-talked somehow.
Yukari, what's the matter?
I guess I've been defeated today. Well, that's fine. Let's go to the next place.
Next place? You want to continue shopping?
Well, I don't have any idea when you'll be able to make time for me again, you know.
What if I promise to contact you every once in a while? Would that do?
It's a deal. But while we're here...
I tug on Mitsuru and we resume our shopping. I'm not sure why, but I feel as if whatever had been bothering me had disappeared. God, this is still going? Yeah, it's probably going to be Mitsuru now. Even before we could complete the follow-up investigation of the case that Minazuki caused, I was summoned by public safety to the government office building. I would have liked to ignore this meeting, which is sure to be nothing more than an interrogation, but it's better than I go for them to get their hands on Labras or Minazuki. Also, I want to make sure that no trouble comes to Yukari or Amada's daily lives.
Though we recognize your achievement in recovering Labras, wasn't it your own blunder that led to you, the leader of your organization, being captured?
There are also reports that you involved underage civilians in this matter as well. What do you think your organization is?
If there were people there, then they must have acted on their own to protect their town and their companions. Also, with regard to the members of the auxiliary staff, the emergency suppression unit, they became concerned for me after my disappearance and came after me as individuals. That is all. It is absolutely unrelated to the Shadow Operatives.
Yeah.
You're just playing semantics.
Furthermore, when the second case occurred, the Shadow Operatives were forced to begin an investigation based on a lack of evidence. Since you were the ones who ordered the investigation, I believe you would know whether or not they were able to go on duty or not. Also, even though it may have been merely an intimidation tactic, I received a report that my people were fired upon during the incident. I laughed it off at the time, since it's impossible that this organization could have been so stupid as to send my people into danger unprepared.
You little...
But as you pointed out, it was due
Get
to
him.
my own
Get
lack
him,
of
Mitsuru.
preparedness that I was captured by the enemy. I will accept any kind of punishment for that.
The report says that your capture was nothing but a ruse, though?
Excuse me.
No, it's Mr. Sus.
What is it? We're in the middle of an inquiry here.
I was ordered to bring these documents the moment they arrived.
The man who enters the room hands a binder full of documents to the men interrogating me. While they're distracted for a moment, the newcomer glances at me. I feel as if I know that man from somewhere, but what was that about?
What is this?
As you can see, it's the report from our undercover investigation of the Kirijo group.
You fool! These are not the kinds of details we asked for.
This deliberation is temporarily suspended. You will be notified of our further decisions at a later date.
You can hear a slight uproar. Their sudden soreness makes me think that this case is coming to an end. But to think someone would be able to turn in a report that would instantly suspend an investigation from these sticklers, it would seem that there are people even in public safety who do not respect their higher-ups. Also, that undercover investigation report must have been made by Shirogane. It seems I'm in her debt. When I leave the conference, I see that the other Shadow Operatives have gathered.
Mitsuru-san!
What are you all doing here?
These guys insisted on at least
board.
trying to testify in person, since they failed you on the mission. I had no choice but to come too.
Seeing that our
Are you
friend who had gone missing was immediately summoned to the government office on her return, we were worried it was a conspiracy. Indeed, as your friends, it's only natural that we'd rush to your side, because we are your friends.
I guess, why are you speaking with such over-exaggeration? What are Yukari and Iori even doing here?
Yeah, we were all worried about you. After all, we're all your friends.
Ooh, get him.
The best of friends.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sirree.
Yet you all walked into this government building wearing your scuffed
You
attires.
realize I won't be able to stick up for you if they come down on you because of this.
It'll be fine. Look, I'm in the middle of a shoot right now.
I'm just out walking Koromaru.
I'm just going out for a run, you know?
You're training, Junpei? You should have told me sooner. I'll come along.
That's okay. I mean, can't you see what we're getting at here?
Seriously, all of you?
Well, that's an image. I can't help but laugh with amusement. Though this makes me happy as their friend, I have mixed feelings as the leader of our organization. The higher-ups that gave themselves away this time are only the tip of the iceberg. There must be many people in the police and in the political realm who don't think well of the Kirijo group. Those troublemakers will pounce them immediately if we leave even the slightest vulnerability unguarded. But even then, the Shadow Operatives will continue to protect and serve. We won't let anyone be forced to be alone. We can't create a world where everyone will have the strength to deny the fate of the destruction.
Let's go.
Yes!
And we will continue moving towards the future for the sake of granting our wishes. And Fuka's there. The end. Who's ready for the Sho Minazuki chapter? That I hope doesn't exist. I got an achievement, Shadow Operatives. I wonder how many people beat this one. Can I skip this? Nope. Alright, we're here. I mean, I don't see why they would do a show chapter. I feel like at most they would give him like an episode where it's like him going back to the Velvet Room, willing to, you know, sign the contract. I don't know, if I have to guess, that's where it would go. I hope it's over, because God, I'm sick of reading. What, I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, into Persona 4 Golden, into this. I had to do so much reading one after another. Oh crap, it's a white guy. I really do think this game could have been better. But as the broken record I am, good ideas, bad executions. That's all it is. Theodore being in this game was whack. He had no reason to be in this game. I think that's what I'm most upset about, is Theodore being in the game. Extreme Orgia mode was cool. I like that. I still think they should have ported 3 before they ported this. So then you could learn the cast of 3 before you played this. what was it? I think it was like 4.7% of players beat the Persona 4 perspective. I wonder how many players beat the Persona 3 perspective. No, I like the characters from 3. I also like everything to do with Persona 3. So I probably would have had a lot more fun playing that than this. Marketing associate Sarah Chan. Yeah, shout out to Sarah Chan. Anything with how Labras has to be better. Yeah.
This show was brought to you by these
Hey,
sponsors.
speaking of Labras. Nope, nothing. I got. How did I get 90? Oh, I probably know why. I probably know how I got 99%. It's because of these. But how did I get 94% in this? Oh my god, the game's finally over. This game took significantly longer than I thought it would. I thought this would be like maybe a 3-4 day game. No, it was a 14-day game. But now we get to listen to this. From another mediocre Persona game. You never want to see this game again? Yeah, I don't think I'll ever play it on here again. I'll play it on my own time. But I don't think I'll ever play it again. On the stream. Oh, I got 99%? What am I missing? I'm missing something here. Maybe it... Yeah, what is this? Oh, there's also a missing one here. There's a missing movie. I'm missing 2 things. That's probably I probably get them from 100%ing the Persona 4 and 3 segment. Yeah, no, we're free. We got freedom now. Persona 4 Arena is over. Round of applause. Oh, hold on, I got an idea. We need a song that celebrates. Where is it? I wish there was like an order to this music. There it is. It was more of an endurance test for me because I was the one who had to read. The first half of the game was so hard for reading because there's just so much. But you know, I can complain about all I want. I got it done. At least the music's good. But with that said, I'm done here. So I hope you guys enjoy. We'll see what happens next.